Hey, testing, one, two, three. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another installment of Reckless Reviews with your boy M3. As you guys and ladies getting your minds right, and the sophisticated jerk. What up, everybody? What up, sophisticated jerk?
What's going on, man? How you been, man? What you got for us today, man? What you cooking up? You be finding them clips, man.
Right on, brother, man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna be diving deep, man, into a topic where hopefully it doesn't get too serious, like for like the untrained eye, and we're gonna be talking about like Latino love for the black man, okay, and vice versa as well. So before I even get more into it, I gotta put a disclaimer up there, right? Because as a man who is married to a beautiful black woman, I'm not trying to give any insinuation of any love or lust for the Latino community. Although I respect the Latino community and I have my fair shares of, great experiences. So shout outs to the community and also our own community. But we know that people, they don't read the title and they don't understand this is a reaction video. So they could easily get triggered. So with that being said, please be advised that what we discuss is not political, clinical, financial, medical, nor legal advice. All this is for information and entertainment purposes only. And when guests, they do arrive, the opinions of those people and the people in the chat are not necessarily the viewpoints of knowledge and relationships. So if you guys are watching us from other platforms, the Intellectual Soapbox, and from Twitch and all that, come over to Knowledge Relationships, give us a like. If you're new, you haven't subscribed, make sure y'all subscribe, and most importantly, get the likes up. And also subscribe to get tongue tie on there. Man of Sophistication over in their network on YouTube as well. So had to get all that disclaimer stuff out the way because man, I'm telling you, people are sensitive now these days. So
oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. He was like, let me clear this up.
Yeah,
that's right. You're gonna be on the couch talking about what
be like the song on the Saturday Night Live, like sleeping on the couch tonight. But salutes to Marcus, and don't forget to donate, everybody, if you guys can. He says, I'm here, ready for the show. Knowledge and relationships, intellectual soapbox, sophisticated jerk. Shout out, salutes to the panel and the chat.
What's good, Marcus?
Yeah, salutes to Marcus. Thank you for always, man, for holding down as a moderator. And we also have Embrace the Grace. How sweet.
What's good, Grace?
Salutes to you, sis. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. And then also, make sure you guys subscribe to the channels. And Wally, salutes to you as well. We will be opening up the chat real soon, but we want to definitely get these videos out the way because anybody could come up there triggered and it could just go down here from there. And so we also have Ruby Doll in the building. So salutes, fam. Shouts to Ruby Doll for holding it down, on that Tuesday night. So man, when Stan couldn't arrive, I called up Rue, like the Batmobile. And she came through, right, with the S on the chest, like Superman. But anyways, what else? This says, I love Latinas and black men. Oh, sorry, I love Latinas and black men. So this is perfect. What up, Queen Grace? Love your mom. Okay. Everybody just get the likes up, you heathens. Yes, that's right. Get the likes up. All right. My bad, sophisticated jerk. I think he was about to say something.
Oh, no. I was just saying what's up there, everybody. Okay, they checking in early. But this is a good topic, man. It's definitely, somebody gonna be triggered.
Oh, yeah, definitely, for sure. Shout out to Ruby. You love you too as well. All right, so everybody, right now, since y'all tune in, right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to play the reaction video. Again, everything is in fair use. So let's go ahead. We're going to get this started for y'all, okay? And then shout outs to people from the Twitch gang sides like Demo 4K or 41K. Thank you for tuning in. He says, hi, man. Hi to you as well, too. Or maybe it's a she. But anyways, let's go ahead and play the video. Fair use. Oh, let me go back real quick. Shout out to his YouTuber name. I think his name is 200 Acres. So, funny name, but he's been doing compilations of why Latinos love black men, and this is part 2 of it. So let's go ahead, play it.
Latino woman. Okay. Do you date black men?
I do.
You do or you don't?
I do.
Okay.
That's all I do.
Why do you prefer to date black men?
They love us. I'm telling you, they love us, brother. Like I say, I rock with me.
It's just the brown skin, the way that they actually treat women.
Remember, you're the one that's on. I'm sweaty.
You just don't know how to do this, right?
I can't see myself.
Aww.
Let me pause real quick. First of all, right? All right, that ain't nothing special. My wife could do the same thing to my big old forehead, right? And she does it better too. So I just want to put that out there. She does a great damn job wiping the sweat from my forehead. So that ain't like a type of moment to me. But anyways, let's go ahead and we're gonna go to the how do Latinos feel about black men?
I feel like y'all I thought y'all liked the thugs. So y'all are
not always. Like it'd be cool if a guy, a black guy was like a mix of like a thug but successful at the same time. You know what I mean? Like that'd be kind of hot. Like you don't come across that very often.
Yo puedo conseguir a alguien mejor que tú. Yo no te necesito.
You're too toxic. I can't do this anymore. It's over, okay? Just leave me alone.
Those are the Marias that you gotta watch out for. Says you can't leave me. Come here. She pulled out the get over here. Let's go ahead. We're gonna pause it real quick. Sophisticated Drake, man, what's your thoughts real quick?
Yeah, I like how you pointed out in that first segment that was some basic shit, that she was doing, wiping his forehead. They was making it seem like I guess everybody's playing on that whole submissive thing, man. Like certain I think women or groups are more submissive, and it's like, man, you could catch a submissive woman in any race or whatever. A lot of times it depends on you as the guy, but I think sometimes people fetishize other things, and I think that's what they're trying to capture in these clips. Because yeah, even the one, like you said, the last one, she had the whole she was pulling them back with her powers and stuff. That's honestly, man, it's kind of disrespectful in a way, because it's just like it's making black men seem weak, So I do hate when like whoever, man. I think as a guy, man, you should expand your horizons in your pool. And you should just be looking for a good woman, regardless, whatever race or whatever. You should be vetting on like characteristics and stuff like that, versus just fetishizing, I say a group of people. Because at the end of the day, like a bad woman's a bad woman, a good one's a good one. And I just think like sometimes I do hear guys that's like, I will only date this race of people or this group over here. They fetishize that stuff and they start talking, bad against, like their own groups and stuff like that. So I think, it does open the lane for other people to kind of jump in there and start, playing to that ego that men have. And I think that's what a lot of these females are kind of doing in a way.
Yeah.
So what's your take?
So my take is that well, actually, hold on. Before I even give my take real quick, shout outs to Ruby Doll, the lovable Ruby Doll, everyone's favorite Samoan. She just donated a $5 donation to the Cash App. So shout out to you, sister. Thank you so much.
Shout out to Ruby.
Yes. Shout out to Ruby, man. Thank you for that donation, man. Much appreciated. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me, I'm going to still, I don't have the Super Chat song on this version, but, I'm going to be working on that real soon too, though, for the Reckless review side. Margaret says, go where you're appreciated and respected. And she says, y'all deserve more. I'm on a budget. Hey, you know what? Even if it was like $1, right? And 15 cents, the fact that you still, pull the money out from your pocket, you still donate to the cause. Hey, much appreciated, much respect. Salute,
shout out to you, Ruby.
Yeah. Also, the link is pinned to the top on Knowledge and Relationships, so feel free to hop through. Link is now accessible. So my thoughts, right? Honestly, like, I really don't care too much about like this the Latina stuff. I mean, I think it's like commendable that okay. I mean, black men have like another race or nationality, however you want to call it, that has a preference and more of a liking for them. But at the same time, I think black men also need to like really be honest with themselves, because if we recall like back to the first part of the video, the guy like, and keep in mind this guy 200 acres, he is married to like a Latino woman, right? And most Latinas pretty much approached him. Most Latinas carried the conversation with him. I guess when black women did not gave him the same type of energy. So it is what it is. And I get where he's coming from, but I think he also got to be honest with himself too. Like most men, in general, most men just got to be honest and just say like, hey, Latino women are just my type, and that's it. But I think they're afraid to like, piss off the black woman. So they want to create this story and narrative that, well, I like black women, but they haven't approached me or they haven't gave the time up for me. So now I decided to go with the Latino woman. Nah, you went after Latino women because you found them to be more attractive. And there's nothing wrong with it. But I think we just got to admit to ourselves that, hey, if we have a certain type that we like, we just need to be honest and be open about it. Now, that doesn't mean bash like, our own people or anybody else. But I just think that, yeah, like when it comes to like whoever you like, just be open about it. Salutes to Big Rig Slaps. Thank you for tuning in to Knowledge and Relationships. Or you might be on the Intellectual Bus, but still, thank you for tuning in. Link is pinned to the top of Knowledge Relations if you want to like come through. But he said shout outs to the panel of people. Big Rick Slaps in the building. Salute. So yeah. So that's my take on it. And shout outs to Stan Joseph. Thank you for tuning in. And Big Rick also says, I'm from San Jose. We got some fine Latinas, man. Hey, speak with your chest, man. Speak with that chest open, Riggs. If that's who he encounters, like fine Latino women, and if that's his like, then hey, speak on it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You ain't putting nobody else down. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
No, I mean, like I said, going back, I forgot which guy when the segment we watched, and he was saying, well, these ones they treat me good, or I forgot exactly what he said. It was something along the lines where, and I think Marcus made a comment like, "Hey, go where you're appreciated."
Mm-hmm.
But see, sometimes I think with some of those guys where they kind of make that excuse,
yeah,
they don't want to highlight the fact that. And I'm not. This ain't toward Marcus. This is the guy in the video. But like a lot of guys that will always say that, a lot of them passport bros too. It's like, man, I don't care if you go overseas or whatever, but just because you didn't like work on yourself and you might get better results, you don't got to slander like the group that might not like you because maybe you're a little lame or some shit like that. And I think that happens a lot. So they would try to slander like, say like the dudes that ain't successful with like black women. They'll be like, oh well,
yeah.
They start calling them like unruly and all that other shit, where it's just like, man, they just didn't like you, man. Like, suck it up. Like, you just got to handle rejection a little better, And like you said, if you go over there, you talk to somebody else, man, you ain't got to like put somebody down because it just didn't go into your favor. So I that's what I hate about a lot of sometimes some of these conversations. That's really what it is. And so it's like they almost got to pin down the group that they're not successful with. Versus just like you said, hey, this is my preference over here. This is where I get better results, and leave it at that,
Yeah, and I feel sophisticated jerk. So Ruby says, on the real, I love black women the most. I appreciate Latina persuasion, but we all got some game from the black queens.
Okay.
And Rick says, basically, Stan says, if they're coming in and getting them in, a closed mouth don't get fed. That is definitely true. A closed mouth does not get fed, Stan. And we're going to dive in more to the video because, we got, a brother, right? Which you look Latino to me, but I'm going to go ahead and play the video.
Cat. Yeah. Stan, you got to pull up.
or they respect the cultural aspects of certain groups and the hostility that they naturally that they naturally care about, not are about, but care about. I get you. He says, "Give me 5 minutes." Okay. Because look, man, me and Stab, we've been chatting, man, and he been going in about the Marias. I think he more got smoke for the Marias, man. Like, hey, look, shout outs to all the Marias I know, but this is not for personally for you guys, but Stan just don't like y'all, so for whatever reason. But anyways, every person that's always been painted as a villain has an origin to their story. And respects to Smitty. Thank you for tuning in, Smitty. So salutes to you. Marcus says, the thing about people talking about their experiences in the dating market is whether you have a good or bad experiences, it's an experience. And if you benefit or it worked out better for you outside, that's great. And then she says, cap these. Oh, rude. Cap these. Bleep. All right. So let's go ahead and play the video, though. But that was funny.
Go ahead.
All right.
A Spanish woman, they're raised to be a wife.
But why isn't a black woman raised that way?
Most black women are raised to be independent. Remember, let's be real. Most black women are raised to be strong, tough, independent, and don't take no shit. The daddy went to shit. I'll raise you along by myself. Be a strong black woman.
Why do you think that it's such an issue that a lot more black men are dating Latino women?
You know what's funny? I know where it started from because, back then, like in the 80s, the Spanish community.
Wait, y'all answer that in the comments, man. Why are a lot of black people dating Hispanic women now? Like, why are they going for Hispanic women? Y'all put in the comments why you think that is.
All right, so we're gonna start right there because that is a good question. Which that was like pretty much one of my questions that I do have in my iPad. Like, what do you think attracts Latinas to black men and vice versa? So we have Ruby in the building, and also salutes to Tevin Kane. Salutes to the brother, man. So thank you, Tevin, for returning back to Reckless Reviews. I remember the first time I met him, he was dropping bombs of super chats. So thank you so much, man. I'm always going to appreciate and remember you guys for that. So, hey, Ru.
Hey, what's up, fam?
How you doing, sis?
Oh, you guys are going to hate me for this.
Let's go.
Okay, so I'm in an area right now. I'm in an area right now where there's a lot of I would say a certain class of people, right?
Okay.
And then when I observe, let's say I observe the Black Kings out here, right? Let's just be, I'm in Portland, Oregon. Let me just fucking say it. So I feel
got like 3 black dudes out there?
Well, if there are 3 black dudes, I've noticed that, I hate to say it, but it's like there's so much low-hanging fruit everywhere. It's so easily accessible. Not to say that there's anything wrong with white girls, to be honest. Nothing, it's not my preference. Okay. But I noticed that either there's an issue where they don't like themselves, or they might not like the women that they grew up with. And so something that's out of that might be very appealing, especially when that group of women fetishize over you guys for your big dicks. I'm just gonna say it. I don't know how else to say it diplomatically. And your anatomy and your spirit and everything you come up with. You know what I'm saying? But there definitely is some aspect of, I think, fetishizing and glorifying something that you're not probably used to, and that's finding you attractive. That's it. You can hang me later. Bye.
Well, damn. Okay. And she did. She's like, all right.
Ruby did the drive-by. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. I like those type of moments right there, though. I'm gonna try to highlight that. Stan says, that's low-hanging fruit. The women are grabbing the eggplant like Eve. Yeah. Y'all going in. Oops. Hold on for a second, guys. All right, there we go. let's go ahead and we're gonna continue this video. God damn. Get the likes up, y'all.
Hear what I'm saying? Y'all put that in the comments.
They didn't want their daughters dating black men. And for a long time, they told their daughter, don't date black men. So when the money came in the 80s and things got better, you know, black men were able to sway the parents and get the girl. So we kind of like turn into like a trophy thing. Like, yo, I'm dating a mommy, or I'm dating a Colombian, like something that's foreign or exotic. So I kind of feel as though like when, even me, in high school, if you didn't have no money, the Spanish girl didn't date you. So it's kind of like when you had a Spanish girl, finally, it was a big deal to you. So I kind of feel as though like it comes from the 80s when you finally, when the black man was getting that money, buying cars, diamonds, all the gold, and the mommy wanted a part of that shit. And eventually it turned to having like a trophy, like, yo, I got a Dominican or Colombian or Brazilian. So that's where it comes from. It's a fascination. And if you peep game, most black girls don't really have a good story about their fathers, which is sad. So, you know, most black women, when they grow up, they're not angry, they're aggressive, they have to be a little more, you know, protective over their hearts, and they're aggressive. But meanwhile, the Spanish women, when they see a black man, to them, it's kind of like their trophy. So it's kind of like the black woman, some of them do love us still, but some of us are tired of our shit. But the Boricua, the Colombian, or Dominican kind of see us as brand new. They don't kind of equate that baggage with not having a father in my life.
Damn, he's a long-winded dude, bro. I'm like,
my
get to the
man
point.
making no sense.
And on the record, I thought the guy was Mexican, to be honest with you, right?
But he looked Puerto Rican or something, you know.
Yeah, but the way how he was talking like as if he was like, you know, just all black, I was like, you know, I was like, okay, guy, but if money was the equation, and what up, Stan? Salutes to you. If money was the equation, and now it's like they're coming after you because you're successful, like, wouldn't you be able to shouldn't you still harbor that same type of energy, that same type of resentment towards them as much as you'll harbor the resentment towards a black woman if they did that to you? It just didn't make any sense, in my personal opinion, the way how the guy was talking.
Well, I mean, that's why I was like, man, when dudes explain shit like this, man, it's just like you want to attract a female. Any guy, it shouldn't matter like what background, if you just want to attract a good female. But the way that they're explaining it's almost on some trick shit. That's what I'm saying. It's pathetic because he's like, oh, we get our money up and then now we fetishize and we try to go after the ones we couldn't get before. That's weak, man. Like, either you can pull it or you can't, you know, based on like who you are, you know, because it's gonna put you in a bad category. Because it's like at the end of the day, you could go get that. They still could come get your bread and they could leave your ass. So that's what I'm saying. Like when dudes fetishize that type of shit, it just puts them in a bad situation. Now, if you could track that, I don't have no issue with that. But it's just like when you got that mindset, it's like, hey, I'm doing bad. Let me get my money. It's like them red pill dudes, man. They just, their whole thing is like, let me get my money and then they're all going to come and gravitate. Well, they're going to come. They're going to get your shit. And they're going to leave you. So, you know, like I always tell people, divorce court ain't racist, you know? So you better make sure you get the right woman that's with you for the right reasons, man, instead of all this like fantasy stuff people build up in their head.
Damn.
All right, Stan, what you were saying, Cap, huh?
I had to call Cap.
What's up?
What's up, man? Good morning. How you guys doing?
Doing fantastic.
Fine. Look,
bring the heat.
It's not even the heat, right? The reality of this, right? It's like African Americans and Latinos have grown up together for a full century. My parents are from Caribbean Islands, so, you know, Latinos, different races and colors, we all grew up, right? So it's not even like a fantasy so much. It's like you grow up with this girl, she likes you, you like her, and that's it. It just happens all the time. Where I'm getting frustrated at is I need my organ music. I need that organ music to be loud. Because
loud enough?
We live in a capitalist society. It is a free market. You gotta compete. Here you are. Imagine this. There's Burger King and McDonald's. They asking you, where's the beef? Or, since we're in the brand new age of 2024, the Cluck Wars, you have to go against Popeyes and Chick-fil-A. Sometimes I need to know, can I get my fried chicken burger with some sweet onions? And then when I get my money up, I can go to another restaurant and get some gray poupon with my chicken sandwich.
Oh.
But this is the problem what we got.
What is it?
You don't want to change.
Oh.
You just stand here and complain. And you got to compete. You got to get off your feet and compete. But here you are, poor lonely me. Nobody want me, but how did you get here?
Oh.
How did you get here? It took your mommy and daddy to make you. So you here, your responsibility is to make the next generation. So get out there and what? Go ahead and compete.
Compete? Oh my goodness. You just said a bad word right there.
He said compete.
Go ahead and compete. Give me the organ music because I'm going to give it part 2. And this is what we're going to do. Organ. Because guess what? These brothers are leaving. These passport brothers are going out. And they're getting a Latina that look just like you. Dark skin. Chocolate.
Oh, man.
Not looking like the Onion from West Coast Productions. Round and brown. So check that mirror. Stop going to the brunches. Fix your back, slim it down, and hit the gym and give us that onion. Make us tear up.
Stan about to get that smoke.
Yeah.
They're gonna be going outside and they're gonna be throwing bottles at my bed.
You can't throw me no bottles. You better sit down and throw me some dollars. Because guess what? Because the fact is, these passport brothers are going out and they're not getting Latinas that don't even, they're getting Latinas that look just like them. They're getting Afro Latinas. That's the part that we're skipping, right? Like, they're not getting, you know what I'm saying, the one down the street. They don't even want the one that's Americanized.
So you think it's more that's like a Western culture type thing? That's what you're saying?
Think about it, right? Like, there's Maria down the street around the way, right? Maria from Honduras. Like, you know what I'm saying? We have Latinos here. A lot of Latinos here. But we don't want those. They're going over there.
Yeah.
And they're getting the dark skins. They're getting, so you can't blame it on colorism. You can't blame it on, you know, exoticism, because you two are exotic. You're African American women. You're black. You're exotic. So, you know, you have this influx of migrants. Are you going to get a migrant? Are you going to get married with a migrant? Are you going to make a baby with a migrant?
Oh, wait, you breaking up, Stan?
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, I said, like, are you going to date a migrant? Are you going to marry one? You got to compete. Because they're going to compete. Because these migrants, the way it's going, like, they're going to get a free house. The way this government is doing it, they're going to give them a free house. So are you going to move in with them? Going to get married to them? Because, man, it's a whole new world right now.
But going back to one point you made, because I think that's true, especially like if you go to, you live in California, like Texas and New York, you know, everybody kind of lives in the same proximity.
Now,
so it's not like,
now look, I'm completely different. I don't date Latinas. I don't date my own kind because I'm scared of La Pasión. I am terrified of La Pasión. I gave Mario some proof and some evidence. I like African American women. I think this is why I've been single for so long, and I have to go back to my own culture and just find me one and just go ahead and make my family and be done. And hopefully my kids will get some luck and get into the African American race. But like, I avoided them because the La Pasión is too much. I grew up with all that stuff. Y'all think that stuff is cute. Oh, she angry. She's spicy. No. I'm scared of them. I am terrified. I am terrified of Latin women. I don't care where they're from. I grew up with them. I'm scared. And you know, I don't play. And yeah, man, it's like my father. He was so angry with me because I grew up in California. Half my life I grew up in California. Half my life I grew up in Florida. So I grew up in California with a lot of Latinos, and I come to him with an African American girlfriend, and he's like, "How is this possible?" Right? A decade later, I go to Miami, and I come there with a Chinese girlfriend, and he's like, "Only you could like come to Miami and find the one Asian chick with all these people here."
So you was out there running that NATO game, huh?
Yeah, he's like, what did I ever do to you? I'm like, you ain't do nothing. I seen too much. I had to go to therapy because I seen too much. Y'all do a lot. And that's something nobody want to talk about.
Shit.
Everybody be thinking this stuff is cute. Like, I seen the rage. I seen the knives, the machetes, the dead chickens. You know.
Damn, who was you messing with?
Man,
the cartel and shit?
It's the whole line. I'm like, nah. I met a nice Mexican girl. She was nice, but I was terrified. The date went nice. We connected. I had to end it because I'm like, nah, I don't trust you. This is little, One is too familiar. 3, I could feel myself developing feelings. And then, no.
So you scared of them? That's what you saying?
Terrified.
Okay.
And I let them know I don't trust you, and I'm terrified. They're always like, I'm different. I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. That's me.
Hey, but I agree with that. That's the pushback I give. Like I said, at the end of the day, man, I see all females as equal. Honestly, like I said, you get the wrong one, it's gonna bite you.
No, they demonic. They demonic. Like Care Bears. Nothing that cute is Care Bears to me are demons. Nothing should be that cute. That's demonic. They like Care Bears. They about thinking like, oh my God, they sweet, they cute. I'm like, demonic. Run. That's
Smitty, what's good?
What up, Smitty? And Blanco, what's up, man? Good to see you.
Hey.
What's up? Kia, how you been? Where you been,
sorry,
man?
A little distracted by something. But I'm good. I see the title, and I wanted to hear something from you. And what you find a solution? You find a solution to the question. Latina girls is attracted by black men. Latinas loves black men. This is the question.
Yeah, that's the question. So you want a solution? You gonna listen in a little bit?
Yes. I ask you if you find a solution.
Oh, okay. Let us go around a little bit. We'll come back to that. But Smitty, what's your take on the topic? Did you see some of that video?
What's the No, I didn't. Just ask the question. I can ride all that. What's the? I'm hearing Spanish women and black men or something. Help me out. Just give me a.
M3, what was your question again?
Quick.
So the question is, right?
Salute to M3.
Salute to you, Smitty, man. Respect. So the question is, what do you think attracts Latinas to black men and vice versa? And we got another person in the building too. Hold on, James
well,
right?
one, I think we also. Wait.
I'm sorry, Smitty. You're breaking up. Hold on for 1 second.
Oh,
Jules,
I'm
man,
breaking up.
yeah, you was breaking up a little bit, but you're good now. But somebody's in the back chat. I just want to make sure, like, Jules,
Okay.
man, can you put up the peace sign real quick, just to make sure?
Yeah, check them niggas. Yeah, check them whole niggas.
Oh,
Oh
hold
yeah,
on. I'm
nah.
glad I did
That was that porn bomb stuff. Yeah, they've been
Yeah.
trying to get
Hey, thank you.
everybody
Yeah,
now.
bro, check
Yeah.
it. Yeah, bro, they on that shit,
Yeah, we
bro.
got
They
that.
on that shit right now.
Mhm.
Good job,
Right, right.
M3. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had to protect you guys, though.
No, I would say when it comes to that, all right. So first of all, I think we need to remember, just like how I said. Now, of course, born in DC, I'm American and everything else, but my father's family background, the father's side, is Cuban. The last name is Martinez. Okay, all right, not Smitty. It's Martinez. So when you're talking about blacks and Latino women being attracted to black men, how's that hard to believe? How many of us do you find look just like me down there? Go down to the Dominican Republic, go down to Panama, go down to Cuba, go to Puerto Rico, or as they say, Puerto Rico and Cuba. Okay, you go there, yeah, bro. All of
And
us
Mexico.
up here, and including homie right here next to me, him. You got all of that there. M3, there are Cubans and Panamanians. I've worked with this Panamanian look in the face almost just like you, bruh. And I'm talking about accent and all. Colombia too. All right. Shout out to homie Poppy Blanco or whatever. Got locks. You would think that nigga's fucking Jamaican. Nigga straight Colombian. Blacker than me. With lock. Straight Colombian. So can they be attracted to us? Absolutely, because they're around us. Now, once you get into the acceptance into the family aspect, that's a whole nother monster to go ahead and tame. But other than that, yeah, absolutely. Because the fact is, if this complexion is considered to be a minority, anything that's of rarity is always going to be richer in value. Right? That's why certain stones are worth more than others, right? Okay? You see? So gold is going to be more than granite because it's harder to get and it's rarer. It's richer, period. And skin tone works the same way. The richer the skin tone, the more of a value it's going to be throughout the world. And that's not to take away from anybody else's skin tone and or complexion. But it is the fact that this right here, oh, that's the shit. I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
Thank you, Smitty.
No, that was a good point,
and
Smitty.
Also salutes to like, she stole my thunder. Of course, that's always when the raindrops fall. You know what I mean? The Canadian is always here. So shout out to my fellow Canadian. She stole my thunder. So thank you so much. And yeah, definitely salute. And then so Blanca, even though I'm just calling you Blanca or whatever, because it's just easier for me. But shout out for you for coming back. And just to make sure that we stay on topic, because we're talking about we're doing a reaction about Latinas like saying they love black men saying they love Latinas or whatever. So we just want to dive into the psychology of it. So, that's what we're going to be like, talking about. And I got to read this comment as well. Actually, Sophisticated Jerk, you want to read this?
Yeah, no doubt. Let me Latinos are blacks share an immense history of displacement through colonization, but blacks / Latinos in the U.S. aren't quite the same as Latinos and blacks in South America, Central America, and Caribbean.
What do you mean about Latinos?
Go ahead.
Latinos is people who speaking Latins, is speaking, Spanish people. Spanish people are Latinos because they speak Spanish. No.
Okay. So Latinos are Spanish, French, and Portuguese.
Italians too.
Yeah, because you got Chileans and you got Brazil, and I think there's other people that speak French. So it's derived from the colonization of French, Portuguese, and Spain. Or France.
Okay.
But he's correct because it derives from Latin, those like areas and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
Because
those three. Yes.
Branchia, because Italian is considered Latin too, right?
Yeah. Italian is a Latin Latinos language. I don't know how to explain, but Latin is from Roma. Roma. They speak Latin, and from Roma born the Latin language. I talking about the way of speaking, and Latin is a way of speaking. So in Europe, we most of countries have Latin languages from, and Portuguese and Brazilian and Cuban are Latin because they speak the Latin language. They are from Portuguese, and Portuguese from I don't know. It's a very complicated thing, but they are Latin from this. I'm not an historical professor, but no. I
don't mind me asking, are you?
Sometimes,
if you don't mind me asking, were you?
What?
Where you? If you don't mind me asking, I'm just curious. Your accent. Where are you from? Are you Romanian or where are you from? If you don't mind me asking.
I am from Italy. And okay. But I think that sometimes people think about Latins. They think people who are not Spanish, more Cuban, Brazilian. When you think about Latin, you think Mexican, Brazilian, and think South America.
Yeah.
But the Latin is from Europe, and this is a fact.
Yeah, no, you're correct. Yeah, they took it over
so sometimes people think that Latin, is not a white thing. I'm speaking very rude, but sometimes Latin. You think about a Cuban girl, very, very sad. But Latin is also a Spanish guy with a Spanish white guy with the dreadlocks. He's Latin, I don't know, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know really the meaning of Latin.
No, that's what it is. It just derives from Latin, so that's why everybody says like Latinos and stuff. But it, like you said, a lot of times I think people think of South America when they say that, but like you said, it is Europe because that's who came and colonized like all the islands and all that stuff. So, but Smitty had a good point though. So I do agree with that because like that's why I was making the point before. When you go up to like New York and Jersey and all that, everybody's just intermixed, really. Because I'm Black and Puerto Rican. But we just consider ourselves like Afro. They got like Afro Latinos. What he was
Afro
kind of spelling
Latino
out where people
Afro Lat. That's exactly what it's called.
Yeah.
So
we're Black. That's what my family always just classified as because we're darker skinned and all that. So yeah, you be shocked. You go to Panama. They look like straight brothers. They'll just start speaking Spanish and stuff. But if you look at the history, it's just that, brothers were, slaves were dropped off at the islands and people just mixed up with like the native, I say Indians. And then, I say the Latin countries came in, colonized stuff. So yeah, that's really what it is.
What people don't know is that, like, for example, all of those look like islands. So like the slaves that's here in America, a lot of us came from Spanish islands. The Jamaicans, they hard ass. Yeah, the Jamaicans, they were the only ones who actually revolted, I'm talking about like they never got taken over, period. The Haitians, yes, then y'all was in it and got out of it. The Jamaicans, they got dropped there. They were supposed to be part of the port, but they fought their ass off. I don't know what tribe of Africa they from, Zulu Nation or whatever the fuck, but the Jamaicans wound up staying. And that's how we got Jamaica. Jamaicans were supposed to be over here with our asses too. They just never made it because they said we ain't going for that shit. So yeah, so I mean, all of those islands, a lot of us over here, you'd be surprised. Yeah, Puerto Rican, Panamanian, Cubano, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a lot of us over here. A lot of us. So yeah, I digress. My mic is muted. Good point. Good point.
No, you brought that point up, man. Nah, it's definitely because a lot of people, like you said, even Poppy, we was talking about it before, man. Yeah, Poppy, man. You know, I think going up to New York, people don't know how to classify everything. So, you know, they think like Puerto Rican is a race or something, but it's just a culture, you know, like you said, you know, a lot of Puerto Ricans, you talk to them like, man, we're black, you know. So saying, you said it's pretty much like that in California too, where like everybody's kind of like intermixed, or it's a little more like segregated.
No, it's intermixed.
Is it like Florida, Stan? Is Cali like Florida with the foreigners?
No. Florida is different. So for Florida, what I acknowledge with Florida, for me growing up in Florida, I went to different areas growing up. But when I've gone back, I've noticed more Latinos not associating with blacks. Like they act like you don't exist. Until you start speaking Spanish, you understand Spanish. They're like, oh no problem. I'm like, whatever. California, they kind of know, you know, they look at you and they're like, are you just ear hustling or something? They know the difference. They'll look at me and they're like, yo, I know you heard me, so what's up? Where you from? And then we talk. They're more open here in California. Florida, it's definitely they're more, I hate to say this, they're more racist in Florida.
Oh. You know, look at Brazil. Brazil is very. I think maybe I'm wrong, but I think that Brazil is is a really, you know, a country, an incredible country, because they don't really care about the skin color, and you know, Brazilian people.
Yes, they do.
Are really black and really white. No, there is also, you know, when you think when you speak about Brazilian people, I know Brazilian people that is white, really white, like me. You know, I'm like mozzarella. I'm really white, but in Brazil, they have the same country, and they go to tifo. I'm sorry. When you go to the soccer playing, I don't know how to explain. When someone you know, the oh, I'm sorry.
No, you good. Take your time.
Huh?
No. So you good. Take your time.
No, you know, I think the Brazilian people are the most inclusive country in the world.
No.
Because...
No.
Okay,
no.
okay.
No,
I never stay in Brazil.
No. You can check the history of Brazil. It's you go on YouTube and look up Black in Latin America. You want to check series number 4. What they done for Brazil, they pardoned poor whites. They were getting paid to sleep with dark-skinned people, and they did the interbreeding in Brazil, right? And so in Brazil, what you have now, like to get somebody your color is not hard, because all it takes is like 3 generations of not breeding, not to have kids with somebody black, and they get somebody color. It's not that hard to do, right? That's number 1. Number 2,
it's called whitening.
Say it again.
It's called whitening. When you go around trying to everybody, like, it's called whitening. We're going to whiten the, you know, it's whitening. It's different terms, bleaching, all of that. Yeah,
You see, and then you look at
yeah. But nah, Stan, listen though.
Yeah.
Nah. I was just going. I think I'm on a delay. I don't know why mine's on a delay, and I apologize. So that's why I don't mean to cut you off. I was just going to say, Stan, real quick. I think we also have to just take into consideration, because I've dealt with this a lot with people who kind of limited on English to know which word specifically to use, and he's limited to describe it as, but he's trying his best. So I'm just trying to let's try to keep that in consideration.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah, but I don't think he's able to use the proper words exactly. That's all.
But yeah, like I think what we don't like growing up in the culture, like you see more white passing Latinos on TV, magazines, movies, and Latinos that look like us are not representative. So when people go to Brazil or Colombia and they see black Latinos and they're surprised like at how many black people are there, that's the problem I have with it, because you know, as more Latinos are coming to America and they're migrating here, I don't know, like you guys are aware of the racism that takes place from those countries that's going to come up here, and it's very different. And that's a part of it where I'm more fearful of, that people are just not aware of it and they brush it off. And what you're looking at is like, man, it's going to be like a bigger segregation that's going to take place in America. That's what happens in these countries, where because you're dark skinned, you don't get a lot of opportunities. And that's something that we're not considering or not even thinking about. That could come up here, because growing up in Florida, especially Dade County, everything was for the Cubans, and the Cubans, like, you really couldn't work. Cuban grow up in Florida, and I'm glad other counties kind of stopped that, because you know people think Latinos are all the same, but the Cuban Americans didn't cater towards Argentinians, didn't cater towards Venezuelans or Colombians. So there is some stuff that takes place within the Latin cultures, like. There's a lot of, you know, casting and a lot of colorism. It's a lot. And there's things that people don't consider when we're saying like, oh, we're all one people. And I'm like, nah. Because
question, Stan, right? And guys, I gotta continue the video, but before I do, when you was talking about like colorism, like, you know, about the darker skin, you talking about like for blacks, or you talking about for like all colors, like the Latino community as well too?
It's for both. It's both.
Okay. Because
even for like light skin, okay, I'll give an example. Light skin people, right? Light skin blacks, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody think all light skins get along, and I'm like, that's not true. I mean, once
light skins.
Yeah, no, because like, people think like literally like there's a difference, because there's people who are mixed light, and there's people who's generationally light skinned, right? Blue bloods, that's what we used to call them. There's like there's some stuff that take place. Like me and my cousins will sit back and like, oh my God, this is the light skin wars. We gotta sit back and let them go at it, because this is not our fight. Because for instance, I remember my cousin helped me get a car. And he's light skinned, and the guy who came in, I think he was mixed black, but when he saw them, he's like, "Oh, look at this purple lip MFer," and I was like, "Dude, this the financer, like, you about to put my loan?"
Yeah, the death wish.
So he's looking at me like, "Stanley, you know how this goes, right?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna sit back, because like, yeah, this is not my fight. You guys go at it." There's something that's always there. And for anybody like my father is light skinned, so my father, you know, he has something he didn't like when somebody say like his life was easier, and he grew up in Haiti. He's like, all my life I had to work. Like, I don't understand this stuff.
Right.
When you think my life is easy, it's not, right? There's but like there is a caste system, and it's not brand new. I don't like it when people come in and act like it's not true, and it is true. And it's just like, it's very subtle. It could be very harsh. But going back to the thing, like if you see black men and they're leaving the country and they're dating black Latino women, not all of them, but majority of them are looking at black Latino women. So the question for these men is not that they're looking for exotic. I'm thinking is looking at the culture. And if our culture is trash here in America, we gotta ask. It's again competition, right? Because there's something going on competitively where the men here don't want it, and they're going overseas and they're making kids with these women. And you gotta look at it this way, right? You make kids with these women. Who do kids stay with most? The father or the mother? The mother.
Mm-hmm.
And the culture is going to change that way. And I think that's the part where we're not being realistic and honest.
Okay. So, all right, that part, I could kind of see that. Because here's a stigma. The stigma is that like a lot of these, American black men are stigmatized for just trying to go after something that is based off of colorism. It's like back in the 90s where, the light-skinned black woman was like the hottest thing in town or whatever, over the dark-skinned black woman. And now it's kind of like, I'm not going to say evolved, but it's like the mind shift that's presented, right, that you see on the internet is whereas like, oh, now I found someone that's not only just lighter, but then it's like the hair texture is different, or like you said, like the exotic type of look, right? So even if the light-skinned woman herself, right, that's supposed to be top tier out of between the light and the dark, is even getting pushed to the side. And that's the narrative that people are creating, which that's why, like, I love this type of topic because I want to paint some type of awareness that's going on, get into the psychology of the mind. And like I said, there's in this video, as we keep diving into it, you'll start to kind of understand and see that we're all, as people, are not too far from each other,
But this is the part where I was calling Cap. This is the part I was calling Cap sophisticated. So when you call them lames, right? I think at that point, I just said Cap, right? It's like, and this is the part that's Cap, right? Because the Cap part is this, right? If you don't have the mindset of like, okay, I'm gonna pick a guy who wants to get married, that's one, who wants to have a family, that's two, and three, who's going to stay for the long term, but I'm still picking guys that's like, I'm in grade school and they got these like toy names, like my name is Draco. I'm like, everybody's named Draco, like that's not on your birth certificate, sir, like you're grown. So right, but that's what you want. I think the cap is that the guy is not a lame. Like if the men are working and growing and developing themselves and they want something that's more grown up, well, they have to go to somebody that wants that as well. And that's why I said it was just cap. It's not like the people are leaving because the game is weak. People are leaving because, man, there's piss in the dating pool. And there's nuclear waste in the dating pool because
I got a little bit of pushback for you, Stan. But I'm gonna let you finish.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it's I understand there's two guys, like the guys that's going out to whatever, right? But also with that too, right, man, if you're going out just for sex, it's not lasting long because guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna meet the one that's gonna challenge you, gonna trap you into having a family and get married. That's what happens when you date women from outside the culture. They all outside American culture. The end goal is always marriage. The stuff here in the States, I don't know there's an end goal here. I think the end goal here is like, I just want to pick another one for brunch next week. That's the end goal in America. It's like getting another brunch date next week. How long is this going to last that we just want to go on dates? The end goal for dating is not just to go on fucking dates. The end goal for dating is for people to go ahead, shack up, have some babies, make families, and spread out. That's the end goal of dating. Here in the United States, The end goal dating here is for us to get our backs whitened out from going on some more damn brunch dates. That's it. We don't have an end goal here. And we're tired.
Right, okay.
I'm the one that's single on this panel. We tired. If I get one more invitation for a date, I'm like, don't. Just send me $30 and I'll get myself my own food. You know what I'm saying? Or I flip it. I flip it and find a friend who got some food stamps and get some real groceries with that $30. $30 in cash equals, I ain't gonna say how much it is on the streets and food stamps. But I'll leave with several bags from Trader Joe's. So I'm gonna be living good. But
right. Look, guys, hold on. I gotta get to like this video real quick, so then that way I could get to the main point, right? The synopsis of it.
All right, I'm gonna circle back to this though.
Yeah,
Stan ain't off the hook.
I just got a few more reactions like to this, man, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be so clear once we get to like the Latino woman who's pretty much describing of why she likes black men over her men. So again, you know, it don't have to be Latinos exclusive, but it helps you understand the psychology of another nationality when normally we would kind of judge the opposite anyway. So let me go ahead and play this video.
Yeah, but he looked Hispanic.
Why do you think so many black men date Latina women?
I think a lot of black men date Latina women because I'm gonna have to agree with Rocco. It's something new. It's out of the ordinary. You know what I mean? So when you associate, if I can reverse it, you know what I'm saying? Why black women, we love our black men. At the end of the day, no matter how much I try to dance around it, you still end up with a black man. But women like to date outside our race because we do compartmentalize with the fact that a black man broke our heart. A black man did me dirty. A black man's my baby daddy and he ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? My daddy, you black man, you left me, or whatever the case may be. And so just referring it back to men, it's the same thing. They want something different. They want something out of the ordinary.
It's crazy how one person can do something, you blame a whole race of people.
Bullshit.
Like, you know what I'm saying? One black person break your heart. You know what? All black people ain't. I'm not gonna go date a white person just like a white person won't do that. White person will do the same. It's the character of the individual. Just because this person had this type of character, you can't characterize everybody and put everybody in the same box because you had a bad experience. That's the issue, and that's the same thing with us men too. We get our heart broken by this type of woman, and then we put every girl in that box, so we end up missing out on blessings. You feel what I'm saying?
So even if she wasn't Spanish, and he's dating the typical girl who doesn't comply or isn't submissive, and he ends up getting with a girl who is, he's gonna like her more because it's not the ordinary. It's not what he deals with every day.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why I deal with Hispanic women. We're gonna let her talk. The reason I deal with Hispanic women is because Hispanic women deal with me. You feel what I'm saying? That's just like that. Every time I went somewhere, Hispanic women was the ones approaching me. So I'm the type of guy I rock with who rock with me. You feel what I'm saying? I was always approached by Hispanic women. They always showed interest. So that's why I date. Like I say, I rock with who rock with me.
I just think men are natural hunters. They're naturally out for the hunt. And so why would I go into the jungle and hunt for something that I catch every day? I can go easily like a bear. A bear can easily go in the water and catch his fish, right? But outside of that, when he goes and does get certain type of meats, he went out of his way to kill that prey.
You don't feel any kind of way about it as a black woman?
I'm going to tell you this, as a black woman, no. Yes and no. And I'm going to say yes more than no because I feel like this. I'm beautiful. It does bother me when I meet men who are black who say to me, "You're pretty for a black woman." What does that mean? Or ask me, "What do you mix with?" When I look in the mirror,
that means that you don't look like a typical black woman?
I thought she was like Dominican or something. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I definitely thought she was Dominican. She looks like she could be Puerto Rican or Dominican, 100%.
Mistake, because you even mistake me for anything else but African American. But to the society that we live in, because my husband a little bit or whatever the association is, the straight hair, I don't know what it is, the weave, the laces laying right that day, the curly bundles, is that the curly? She has to be mixed with something because she's pretty. Because in your mind, you've been to these countries and you've been to these places and all you've experienced.
It's not because she's pretty. The reason we mistake you because you could be one of
Bingo.
Not just mistake you for because we think you black. Now you look like you could be Dominican or Puerto Rican. Not because we think you pretty. No, you just look like you could be one of those.
And I'm gonna skip forward to like the Latino woman. So
before, real quick, also she's from New York, so a lot of times
I think they're both from New York.
Yeah, but for her, a lot of times what I noticed was a lot of black people from New York, they think that Caribbean people or Latino people is like brand new, like they only been here for 20 years. Man, we're looking at centuries, so you don't know what you have in your bloodline. Also, the way she carries herself, the way she talk her English, there's like, yo, you have a little accent. It's not American,
right?
It is like it sounds familiar the way she talks her English is not. You know, like, well, wait a minute, like, do you speak Spanish? Because she talks very, like, there's a dialect that's there. That's all I'm just saying. So if people get confused a lot of times, it's not because you look mixed, you sound very similar to people from the countries or the origins. That's all.
Absolutely. And shout out to Prime. I'm seeing all these, like, returners coming up there. Prime, I haven't seen you in a minute. Salutes to you. Thank you for tuning in. And yes, it's like, okay, like, let's say, for instance, like you and Lady E, you guys have like an accent, right? Even though like like we want to say like you're the typical like Black American, you're Haitian, and I think she's Haitian too, right? Something like that.
No, not that one. There's another one on that's Haitian, but I believe she's
Lady E is what?
American.
Okay, but the point is that like when you hear a certain accent or a certain dialect, you're not pretty much judging the person because like you think like, oh, like you're too pretty to be black. That's not even the case. And on the record, I've talked to a whole lot of like pretty like black people or whatever. And I'm not going to be like, oh, you're pretty because you have less black features. No. But it's more of like, okay, there's something that's different about you that makes me question, well, where are you from? We could have said like, hey, we thought you was from Africa. You know what I mean? But if you talk like in a Dominican type of accent, or you have some, and like I said, she talking about weaves or whatever. So you having curly weave, or you having a straight type of weave. Other people, and it seemed like I don't think it's black people that's approaching her like this, but maybe it's like the Dominicans or whatever that is thinking that, oh, she must be like one of us. And this is why, like, I encourage like just women to really just be natural, like. Forget about wearing the weaves and stuff. But on the contrary to this woman right here who is Latina, right, which I'm about to reveal in a minute, she also have a weave on. So, yeah. I thought, and that's the problem with us, right? We think your hair is real, but it's not. It's a weave, and she said that too. But it was like the way how it correlated, how she said it, because she said she was from like the projects or something like that. I forget, but she did grow up or was raised by black people, and then she pretty much gave like her black card proof that I wear a weave, and I'm like, oh god. Anyways, let me just go ahead and play the video.
They love us, brother. Like I say, I rock with me.
It's just the brown skin, the way that they actually treat women is differently than Latino men. They actually, the black men that I've dated before, they respect you, their background and their way of treating their mom and their family is different than Latino men. Latino men don't give a fuck about what they fucking do to you, and if you find out that if they have a side bitch or whatever, I believe the black men that I've dated, they're more respectful. Their wife is their wife.
It's crazy that she's talking better than a lot of black women talk about black men.
Hold on. I have to pause on the break real quick too. Hold on. I don't count New York Latinas as real Latinas because they are around black people a lot. Okay. All right, so
New York got its own culture, man. That's true. That's what I was trying to tell you. I'm like, man, in New York City, man, everybody's just mixed in. So they got the New York accent. Everybody talk the same. So that's facts to that.
But it's interesting, right? Because like, I don't know, man. Like, the way how again, like I feel the way how the guy was feeling like, wow, the way how she's describing like, black men, talking about like they're faithful, they're loyal, they're respectful. I'm not saying you guys are the polar opposite, but according to the internet, we supposed to be far from that. And again, I'm not saying this like to like praise the Latino woman because again, they're on a podcast. So she could be saying whatever just to make us feel good or just to be chose. But the fact is that like everybody could be loyal, everybody could be faithful. You have to pick the right person to choose. Or if you give out that aura that you're not the faithful type of person, then those faithful men, like let's say Corey Hardrick or whatever, and Tia Mowry. If you're like a Tia Mowry, you can't expect a Corey Hardrick to take you seriously. You're unstable. She did him a favor that she divorced him, but still, plenty of chicks I know plenty of chicks I know will not date their own men, and then they say they are not good men. Well, of course they're gonna say they're not good men because maybe they wasn't good to those men, and they turned to those type of men. That's the other thing that we also have to give account of. And then for the ones that be complaining about like, oh, there's not enough good black women, there's not enough women that could respect or, they put so much of this submissive thing like so much. And I talk to like a lot of like Mexicans, even they go through the same stuff with their Mexican men. But again, the thing that you manosphere guys that be spearing off the internet is always, well, Mexican people, white people, everything else got their stuff in order. But we're the only ones that's dysfunctional. Isn't that right, Stan? We're hella dysfunctional, right?
No, it's not.
Matter of fact, where is it? Like, and we failed the community, right?
No. Here's something I'm going to say. Because me and my sister, we talk about this. Like, my father gets mad at us because we do not pick Latinos at all. We don't. Me and my sister have this saying between both of us. We're like, you know what? Maybe it's time for us to go. I'm like, yeah. I've been fighting like having 10 people in my house because I knew that was going to happen if I were going to go that way. She said, yeah, I've been barefoot pregnant, not be a doctor, and just have kids out of nowhere because the Catholic faith, right? There is like on our side, there are certain things that we didn't want, and we knew if we carried this culture, it was going to come with it because family is always number one and all this other stuff. And I say this for African Americans, it was like, and I would not say the low-hanging fruit, it was more the forbidden fruit. It was just like, we're not supposed to date or have children with an African American. They're too independent, they don't want family, they just want to be seclusive and all this other stuff. But there was something about it that was mesmerizing and just, like I want it, right? And it was just something about, African American culture that was so very different. You still got family, it's still there, but it's different in the sense of not everybody have a key to your house. There's a boundary. That's the word. African Americans practice boundaries, some strong boundaries. And that was the attraction that we have for African American culture is that strong boundary. Y'all just don't know. That boundary be hot. I'll be like, when the sister tell me she don't like my mom or my aunties, I'm like, ooh, can I get you pregnant right now? I'm just ready to go.
Oh man, God.
But let me break down this segment that you showed with this type of female. Oh, go ahead, Stan. Go ahead.
Because a couple weeks ago, we had the flip side of this where Tyrese said that he wanted to date a Latina and he wanted to, because of the culture and the family and everybody together. I think a lot of time people romanticize for what they see and from what they've been around, but not knowing, like, if you're in it, it's something different. And if you grow up with it, it is something where you just like, I don't want this aspect. We don't know that we can cut certain stuff off, but because it's part of the culture, we think we're stuck with it. But I digress, and that's it. My mic is muted, and what's up to Smith?
No, good. Yeah, my man Smitty, I like it. He be cutting out like that. That's a gangster. Nah, but I just like this clip right here, how she's talking. See, and I think that's where guys get fooled and stuff because man, she's running game, man. Because first of all, like stats show that most people deal with their own race. That's the reality, man. Most people are messing with their own. So when she's talking like this, she kind of sounds like a hood chick. Like I think a lot of times they want to get acceptance from the race that they probably fetishize. So typically a girl like this, she been ran through by like 30 dudes. That's not the one. I'm telling you, man, when they say like, hey, I only mess with a certain type, I'm talking about any female. When they're like, I only mess with this type of, this race of dudes, avoid them. Because that means that they fixated. They want that acceptance. I'm telling you, man, those are the 304s, man. Shorty right there been ran through by the whole squad, you know, avoid her at all costs, man. I'm trying to tell you, when they start talking like that. So yeah, I think it's more or less like they trying to play into men's egos. And I think, and that's going back to what Stan was saying earlier, man. That's the one thing why I say dudes are lame. It's not the fact that dudes, it's like go over anywhere and expand your horizon. But if you're going there specifically for like, I'll say women, that's where they go wrong, man. Because a lot of times, like you said, it's like they'll build up the finance portion, but they don't build up like their mindset. You know, they might not be building up like physical wise and stuff like that to give them like to actually get attraction. So they're trying to take the shortcut with women. And that's where at the end of the day, man, those women will act submissive up front, but they come over there and once they figured out them rules, they late lining them dudes up, man. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Hold on, Stan. I got to read this comment real quick. I'm gonna get back to you, right? Marcus says, at that moment when the family says that, guess what? You put your foot down to respect the woman you're with, and especially if she's rude or die for you. I'm sorry, if she's rude or die for you and down for you. When she's down, die for you, and she's down for you. And let's see what else. Wally says, so I speak on it like, you know, sophisticated jerk. What else? I only want that long, thick, and strong. Okay. I would not date a Latina from New York.
Shout to Prime. Dodge them like the feds. Yeah, don't.
Yeah, New York women are a different breed.
Yeah, they rough, dog.
Almost got killed by several because the New York women almost got killed. Almost got killed. New York women would cheat on their man in front of their man.
Oh, they'll rob you, dog. Don't mess with them. I'd be like, void them. But what was you going to say, Stan, to my point? Oh, what's that?
I have to go because I am on a different level. I am too white for this discussion, and I don't want to represent anyone. You know, I'm Federico, and I'm only one. But no. I have a legend barrier.
Well, before you go, would you date a black girl? We got to sell you. Hold on, we're gonna market you.
Yeah. I will black. I will date a black girl and white, Chinese, Asian.
No, we're selling you to black girls. We don't care about the other races. They're good. So how can they find you?
Brankia said, "Look, Brankia said it don't matter." That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, Stan, you forgot that Blanquia.
Okay, maybe I don't understand the question. Can you repeat?
No. Don't worry about it. But Stan, you don't understand, right? You know, when his first appearance, right? He literally serenaded to Lola, right? So
yeah, he was getting at Lola.
That question, you're right. Like he won her over that night. It took a couple of tries though, but
Brankia, that's the Italian stallion. The Italian stallion over there.
I don't care about nothing. If I feel good, I will feel better. You know.
Brankia, put your IG in the back. I need to find you, man. Put it in the private chat.
No. I am a ghost. I am a ghost. I am a.
Oh, you're a ghost. You only pop up every once in a while. Okay.
Okay.
Good night, see you Good night. Enjoy your.
All right, take care, man.
It's a very pleasure to me to discuss with you. Goodbye.
All right,
Blanca.
You stay messing up that man's name.
Hey, I'll say this: like Uncle Shaggy said, it wasn't me. If you found me cheating, it wasn't me. If you saw me,
shout out to Shaggy.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
But Stan, you said You was gonna get some pushback on the point I made, or you was gonna say something?
No, what's the point you made again?
When I was talking about where I was speaking on why they're lame a little bit. They're going over there. It's like a fairy tale, man. I think a lot of guys like they're going over there thinking like, okay, I could just pull her over. She's submissive, and a lot of them females, man, once they kind of get Americanized and stuff, they taking that bread also.
But here's the thing, right? When I'm looking at it, again, I'm looking at the competition, right? The competitiveness of it is that what he really wants is love. I mean, that's the part that we're not being honest. Like he don't want to be a dog and a player. He already is like, imagine like, okay, we're going like for the Disney princess, right? This is Prince Charming. Prince Charming had to go through all this stuff in his life to find his prince. He does not want to deal with the horrors of the tavern. He wants his princess. And then the honest truth is like a lot of these guys were not being honest and saying like, I just want to get married. And I think that's the communication part where we're not seeing here, where you have one group of people that just only want to go on dates, always want to be around a bunch of people, and I get it. That's exciting. But I think at a certain age, you gotta like probably 22. You gotta end that stuff because it's not that exciting to be a bunch of strangers all the time. I don't get it, but hey, if you're a cultural vampire and you need to suck energy in the room, perfect for you come to America, right? But but the honest truth, I think a lot of times people when they leave here and go somewhere else, they're just hoping just to find a wife and just to raise a family. Because if I'm looking at this correctly, right? I think like for somebody like a Tyrese, right? Tyrese's end goal is to find a woman that actually wants to be with him and have a family, have a bunch of kids, and grow old together. Is this what he really want, or this well? And also, this is something that all the guys want as well. And I don't think men are either scared or they think they have to be the bad boy. And I think that's the whole thing of the red pill dating, of never revealing your heart because you don't be a sucker and all the other stuff. Women take advantage of you. But I think we have to be honest with that. There's a competition. Like, ladies, these men want to settle down. Nobody wants to date forever. It's just, nobody wants to date forever.
Right. From Prime,
my thing is like they go to the same 3 countries. That's why I'm like they'll go to the same countries and they're messing with like the women, like they're kind of like escorts. They hang out the bars and shit. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like when you start chopping it up and you see that. But they know that, man. Come on, these dudes be knowing.
Here it is, right? You Americans going out Big Willie style. You going with your boys. And guess what? It's kind of like the 90s over again, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, cell phones are not that prevalent. You know what I'm saying? People actually want to meet you when you go out. And let's be honest, like, when you go to a lounge now, it's all about people looking good, but nobody's really engaging and talking or trying to collect numbers or trying to meet up later, right? And that's the part where we're missing. We're missing out on the fact that the social engagement part is missing big in the States when it comes to dating. We just want to be seen, but we're really not, catering towards each other. The goal for me, like if I meet you tonight, the goal for me is to spend a night with you and to spend a day with you tomorrow. Respectively.
Okay.
Right,
so
right.
You gotta test drive the car first, huh?
You know what I'm saying? I'll probably change your clothes and then drive you to work on Monday.
Okay.
But like that's the whole thing of meeting up with people, and I think that's the thing for 2024. I'm pushing more for us to like move beyond the point of the talking points of like, hey, this person like me and that person don't like me. But I'm like, yo, the talking point should be like, man, like, why aren't you going out? This man approached you. Why didn't you just say yes? Like, stay out of people's pockets and stop money watching and go out. It doesn't hurt you to go out and hang out with somebody and get to know them.
No, see, and I agree like that, man. But yeah, that's why I guess I had to push back with going to a whole new country, man, because like, you know, it's just so sided where you don't get that like growth with somebody really. Cause man, you're like I said, they're overseas and you're just spending your time on the phone where like, if you're going out with people, man, they close by, man, you get a good assessment, you know, of their character and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
so
see,
that's why
all three of us on this panel, we never do long distance relationship. We can meet women in our own neighborhood and go forward, right? But when we're missing out, like this is a generation of people, they did everything online. So meeting somebody 3,000 miles away for them is different because you do FaceTime. It's a lot easier to get connected with somebody who's not physically close. It's easier now. You got like apps that you use on every day. You can do FaceTime 24 hours. It's not no long distance phone bill, right? You can send money to each other, right? You can spend your people going to that country, meeting that person, right? And they're happy to see family. And I like where we're at now, it's different because of technology. Technology makes it very easy for long distance relationships to survive and to work.
Yeah. No, it's definitely easier and stuff. So like you said, they could make it happen. But like I guess I was working overseas for a good minute. While I was working over there, one of my boys, he was dating a overseas woman, but she was like working with us, like made good money. But I was just talking to her one day and I was asking her, I was like, man, why you see so many like you know, the females with like, they were with like older guys and all that type of stuff. And she just gave me the rundown. She was like, look, a lot of the females, the foreign women would get with like those prototype of men, try to get married. Then once they get married and stuff, they sending money back home and all that stuff. So that's why I'm saying like guys got to kind of wake up. Like, you know, when they're going to the areas, they're dealing with like, you know, they're not dealing with the women from like the higher class and stuff like that. Because typically, like guys want to go over there to try to. I think if they're struggling over here in the States, they'll go and want to get the pretty woman over there because they know, like, hey, he's gonna have bread and stuff. So that's why I'm saying, like, dudes has got to be realistic with it, you know, with their assessment, and I think that's where they get trapped up.
While they're really struggling, or like the woman is meeting a need. That's what I'm saying. Like,
oh, okay, yeah, I got what you're saying now.
Right, if we're really capitalism here. If this is all it takes to get this man, she made it easier for you. Like if you're in America and you have access to these men and they're going overseas for something that you can do here easy, we already know like wherever you get married, you do take care of your in-laws. I mean, that's gonna happen. It's just, that's part of the deal of being the person who got married, whatever. You're gonna take care of enough. Or like the brother-in-law or sister-in-law gonna be in the house all the time and you ain't gonna like it. But
hey guys, I gotta put a pause real quick, right? Two things. Wally, is that you? Just want to make sure that's the real Wally.
Hey, Wally.
E2 Wally.
Wally, if that's you, say X. Oh, okay.
No, it's not me.
Hey, you know, all you gotta do is just say Xbox, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's the real one.
Oh no, you funny now. No, don't start that.
But you know, I just realized I had to make a couple of people mods. So salutes to Embrace the Grace. Thank you. I know you would definitely represent like, you know, KR definitely well. She did pose a question, right? I'm trying to pull this up, right? She says, why aren't there any Latino women on the panel? Maybe she said something else before, but I probably missed it. But that part actually caught my attention, and I'm like, okay, that's a good question. Let me make sure I make you a mod too, though, right? For that good one. And she's saying that we're pretty much playing around on the topic. So basically, we're not even tapping into our full potential that she's saying.
Pull up, Grace. Break it down for us. I know Grace be getting to the point.
Prime says, even in Colombia, pulling I guess you're trying to say sister or the Strata 6 isn't difficult as long as you put it together. Okay. And he says, the average upper class chick in a lot of these countries won't have the same mindset as the upper class American. Again, I don't really travel around the country that way. So, you know, and he is from Germany too, though. So he must be talking about the sisters out there in Germany versus the one in America. But anyways, go ahead, gentlemen.
E2 Wally, what's up?
Oh, and we have Grace right now.
Man, I'm over here calling your caps, Dan.
Grace, is that you?
What's up, Grace?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What's
How you
up,
doing?
Grace?
Great. So what we messing up here, Grace? And we're gonna blame it on Stan. Just no, I'm joking.
Okay, well, the first thing I have to say is I have to say a disclaimer. Wait, hold on. I think I got.
Oh, you need me to put this banner up here? Please be advised that what we.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Okay, so the first thing I have to make sure I say a disclaimer so I don't bother any of my sisters, because supposedly I'm a black woman basher and I'm not black enough to talk on black topics, but fuck all that. I'm half Sicilian, half Dominican. Y'all can take it as y'all want to take it. Okay? But a lot of you guys had a lot of good points, but at the end of the day, there's 54% African-American men that are single and childless. Only 1 out of 4 black women are getting married. Black men are fucking tired of the fuckery, because I always tell my sisters a black woman will always be the first choice of a black man, but they're not being respected. They're not being taught. They're not being appreciated. And they're looking at other cultures and races where their women treat their men, and they're going and crossing the line. And then they get called a sellout. They get called lame. I had an awesome friend, Air Force, smart, making over 6 figures. And no black women wanted to holler at him because he was a lame. He wasn't a Pookie or a Ray Ray. So he was forced to date white women because no black women would date him. And he wanted to date a black woman, but nobody would take him. They'll only take his type when they have 4 or 5 kids from 3 different baby daddies and want my friend Christopher to clean up their goddamn mess. So at the end of the day, my sisters, and no due respect, they got a lot of work to do if they want their black men. Then they get mad at me because I'm supposedly taking their men. No, they're giving them to us because they're not being respected. They're not being appreciated. They're not being held as men of households and taking their leadership. That's really the nitty gritty, because black men do want to date black women. But like Stanley said, all they want to do is fucking chill and get your money or be a baby mama. They don't want to be a wife. They don't want the family. They want the wedding. But they don't want to work on the marriage. Whereas me, I'm part of 2 cultures where I'm raised to be a wife from the day I was born. I had to serve my brother. That was my practice. Then I had to serve my uncles and it comes to that at the end of the day. Black men just want to be loved and respected and appreciated. And they're not getting that from black women. And again, my black sisters, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. If I hit a nerve, then you got to look at yourself in the mirror, because I'm tired of tiptoeing around shit. We all know what the real issue is. We all know what the real issue. The black man is not getting what they need from the black woman. So they go elsewhere. And then they want to get mad because they're passport brothers or go elsewhere, but you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing as the black woman to treat your black man. Like Kevin Samuels used to say, why is it that the black race is the only race where the woman don't have the man's back? Why is that? You got a Mexican that picks oranges and still comes home to a submissive wife and a hot cooked meal, and he's not making 6 figures. But a lot of our sisters are being raised to be independent. You don't need no man. Niggas ain't shit. You do it on your own. Da 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 da. And they're raised and programmed. And now what? The black man's supposed to deprogram you and re-raise you? Man, they don't want that shit. They're tired. And I'm coming from y'all. I'm coming from talking to a lot of black men, getting my research, talking to them, sitting down with them. I'm not just pulling this out of my ass. You know, maybe if I was more blacker, it would hold more visibility. But because I'm not black enough, it seems like I'm bashing, but it's the truth. That's why I loved me some Kevin Samuels. Yes, he was harsh. Yes, he was abrasive, and he could have been an asshole sometimes. But he told the truth, and he laid it down. And a lot of women didn't like it because it touched their nerves. And that's all I'm saying. That's the real deal. Black men are tired. They want to get married. They want to have kids. But all women want is their resources, their money. What have you done for me lately? What can you do for me today? Bitch, what have you done for your man? Have you asked him how was your day was? Have you asked him how's your job? Have you considered helping him with the bills, seeing him so stressed out? No. It's all about me. And then you get mad because they date a woman like me, who I'm a team player. I'll help wherever I need to help to get us along together as a team. Like, I know you guys seen this thing trending on YouTube. The guy been dating her for 3 years, invested 20 grand on her, and the one time he asked for help with the mortgage, she said no. Really? That's what we doing?
I know something that was a little similar, and I do have a story to follow up on that, Grace. I'm glad that you said this, right? Because I have a couple of things to say. There was a story
I got some pushback for y'all though.
Right.
Of course you do.
I'll get to some in a minute. So there was a person who pretty much helped build this woman up, right, all the way up to like nursing school. And probably the mistake was, I don't know if they was married. I think they was just like living together, boyfriend girlfriend type of relationship. But he spent like $50,000 into like her schooling, her nursing schooling, and he was making all this good money, 6 figures and all that. Now she's a nurse now. She got her job, certificate, degree, all that. But as soon as that same person that helped build her up lost his job, she pretty much dumped him. And she basically had the audacity to say, ain't no woman should be put in a situation to take care of a man, you know? And from that part, I'm like, okay, you know, you got some people that really needs that rude awakening. And they get upset because other people are actually stepping up to the plate of things. Now, I'm going to tell my little personal side or whatever, right? Now, first and foremost, right, for the ones who are tuning in now or whatever, again, let me make this clear, okay? Because, again, some of y'all love to be politically correct. Now, I am married to a black woman, okay? A beautiful black woman. And I don't even have to go to the need of her being submissive because it's something that she loves. She made that out of a career to serve her man, to serve like her husband. You know what I mean? And for that reason, I'm like, man, I am definitely blessed to be in a relationship with an African-American woman, someone like my own, without me having the need to kind of go out elsewhere. And it goes to like a little bit what Stan is saying, that most of the brothers, right, they try to go for their sisters, but when they don't want them, then it's like they have no choice. When I was in high school, now I was considered to be like one of the lames, the nerds, but mostly as known as a square, because I didn't want to smoke, I didn't want to drink or whatever, right? Occasionally, I didn't want to do the stupid things that will put me in jail, and because I don't have no felonies or no records, black sisters really didn't took me seriously. You know, they had some. Look, I'm a handsome dude. They looked at me like an object, but they didn't want to be with me in a type of relationship because they didn't look at me as a protector. They didn't look at me as a warrior because I wasn't doing the stupid, silly stuff that they was getting into at that time. Now, of course, you know, people, they grow up or whatever, they mature, and now they want somebody, some other guy that's like me. But I'm already taken, and that's the problem with it, right? You don't appreciate the ones, right, that actually have a good head on his shoulder, and then when it's too late, you have no choice but to try to settle because you already have a bunch of kids by this Pookie and Rayway who left you or went to jail for like 50 years to life, 24 years to life, and now you're trying to look for someone who's going to pretty much clean up the baggage. Meanwhile, you have other women that actually see melanated men as gold, like we're a gold mine. And like I said, I'm not trying to praise on just Latino specific, but I'm talking about other people, right? Who doesn't see us as, oh, well, he's just like me, so the novelty wore off or whatever. Oh, I'm used to it. I could get another one or whatever. You could get another black man, but you cannot get another good black man actually once had before previously. Because I'm telling you, like the good ones, they're always going to be taken when they find the right type of person. And that's the part that I want to dissect and also help you people to learn that don't take certain people, and it doesn't even matter if he's black or whatever, it could be whatever. Don't take certain men for granted, because I'm telling you, it's going to bite you in the butt, and then you're going to start having these type of regrets. So...
Facts. And I do have one more disclaimer. I'm not saying that they're all Latino women are perfect, all white women are perfect. You all got your all bullshit in every race. But at the end of the day, and I want my sisters to understand this, that a black man's first choice will, they mama black, will always be a black woman. But because of things that they've experienced or going through or have seen, they choose not to. So who are the ones that have to make the changes? If you want to get what you want, you got to make the adjustments and you got to make changes. You know, if you want to be a millionaire, you hang out with millionaires, not with Pookie and Ray Ray. If you want a black, stable, good man, you hang around where the good, stable black men are, not on the street corner. But you know, we don't do that. And as far as me, I love me a black man. Ever since 7th grade, I've gone. Once you go black, you never go back. I'm doing. I mean, who am I supposed to date? Do I date a Dominican or do I date an Italian? I mean, I'm multiracial. I dated an Italian guy, and it was a learning experience to me. I could see why my mother loved my father, because them Italian men are nothing. I ain't nothing nice, but I just prefer the swag. You know, that black men bring to the table, the ambitiousness, the hardworking. I mean, at least the ones I've come across. You know, the intelligence. They know how to cook. And again, I'm not saying all black men are good and like this, but the ones that I've come across, I'll never give that up. I'm to the end of the day. You know, I'm always gonna date black. And also another reason. Other races of men didn't gravitate to me because I've always been a chunky girl, and they don't like fat chicks. But you know, black guys didn't mind the big ass. You know, when I started losing the weight is when the white guys and the Italian guys, and then I did a Mike Jones on them. Back then, you didn't want me, but now I'm hot. You're all on me. I stuck with my black brothers. You loved me when I was fat, and now you love me when I'm curvy. So I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying right here, right here. I digress. My mic is muted.
No, Grace, can you stay right on for a second?
Yeah. No, I'm not dropping off. I just stopped talking.
But I think that's the point what Grace pointed out, right? Well, we have to get to 2024 if we have to grow from the regular talking points. Like, people are tired of these endless dating cycles. It has to progress into something else. It just got to. Nobody wants to date forever. You got to have a vision of where you want the relationship to go. If you don't want if the relationship can only go to meal times, kicking it, and just casual sex, then you got to be honest with yourself. I need to cut this off because it's not going to last, and I got to move on and move forward. And you can't sit down and then come back and like, well, you know what? Black men, da 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 da. It's like, no. How many black men you gone through, and why you not think of the future when you was with this person? We have to get to that point of growth and be honest. Like, nobody wants to date forever. Nobody wants to date forever. I'm gonna say it one more time again. Nobody wants to date forever. We have to get there. What's your thought, Grace? And you too, E. Wally.
I mean, you're right. Again, I'm gonna bring the statistic up. 54% of Black African American men are single and childless, and they rather stay that way because they don't want baby mamas. They don't want to just date endlessly. They do want families, but a lot of women don't want that. They just want to chill. They just want to, you know. I agree with you. I totally agree. I just want to see what Sophisticated Jerk got to say. I want smoke today.
You ready for him?
No doubt. No, I mean, I think people have solid facts, but if we're gonna be honest, man, like, because I'm not on the, and I'm not saying you guys are there either as far as the gender stuff, but I try to look at both sides. And I recently have like a lot of friends hit me up. They want me to like break down stuff for them. And so there'll be like a good girl that they would have. You know what they end up choosing? The one that's the hottest, you know, that has the unruly behavior. And I be pointing it out. I'm like, yo, man, this chick is disrespecting you. Why don't you talk to the one that's like doing all these things for you? They go to the one that disrespect them. So on that flip side, like they passing up a lot of women that could rock with them because they're going on them superficial metrics and stuff. And we got to be honest with that. So that's why I'm saying that happens more than not. So there's good women out there. I think there's good women and there's good men, but a lot of times people are choosing the wrong prototype. Like y'all saying with the women, the guys do the same shit. And I don't think like dating out is going to solve the problem, because if you look back, Red Pill, man, it was started by white dudes that had complications with they women. You know, like I come from diverse places. I got a lot of friends from all walks of life. They having issues. One of my boys just got cleaned out. And so that's what I'm saying. So you better that's why I say get a good woman. And I think that's where you probably fall in line with that, Grace, where we talked about it last week. You pulled up, you're like, I'm willing to work with my man. And I just think that's a rarity nowadays anyways, where a lot of females are, some might not be as loud as like, say black women online, but trust me, them other races and stuff, they coming from them pockets. So what I say is like, stop going with the whole race stuff and find a good person, base it on standards and values and shit.
You're right. They don't want. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'll just finish out real quick. So yeah, with men, it's just like the more and more we talk to them, it's just like they don't have those standards and values. It's just based on looks. So like I said, a lot of guys want to take the shortcut, just go try to find the finest thing. They act a little submissive up front, but then they clean them guys out. So now I'm like, get somebody like you, whatever, that has those standards, that's willing to rock with you and help you out and willing to ride with you. And that's where you're going to get over this. But a lot of people don't do it. I'm telling you, I got like 5 friends. Trust me, I'm talking to them. I'm like, hey, man, they're disrespecting you. Move on from that. They're like, nah, I'm going to ride this out. They get burned and then they get mad and shit. So,
but sophisticated men got to stop leading with their money, because when you lead with your money, you're going to finish off with your money. You know, don't ride the nice car on the weekend. Ride the hoopty. You know what I'm saying? Take a girl on a picnic instead of Ruth Chris and see how she'll react. Men have to do a better job of vetting, and women have to lower their expectations. They want a ready-made man. You want a man that drives a Maserati, makes 6 figures, has a mansion, but you working at McDonald's. Where do they do that at? I mean, it's just the warped thinking, like that chick that was sent $30 for lunch and she complained. Be humble and grateful that somebody sent her punk ass some money for lunch. I mean, I just don't get it how these young women are thinking. And I know it's all social media and there's reality shows and stuff like that, but they're the ones that are going to get left behind and buy a dog and die alone. And a woman like me who's 49 can still pull them. At 49 years old, can still pull them from the age of 35 and 55. Why? Because of my mindset.
Shout out to Grace. Grace out here getting that young dick.
Yeah, I was, but now I'm ready to settle down, and I want to build with somebody. But it doesn't.
Shit, huh?
It doesn't matter if he has money or not. It doesn't matter if he has money or not. We can make the money together. We can get there together, but women want these ready-made, and then they have the audacity to not want to cook, not want to clean, not want to take care of the house. I mean, where do they get this mindset? I'm really going to start interviewing women and get the research. Is like, where did y'all come up with this bullshit?
It's from
real quick, because Fatty. A lot of times people will have these discussions, and if y'all go to Team Fatty, he's from Portugal, and he busts out some good facts. Like, man, you look at the divorce rates for like some of them countries that's like 98% white, it's like 87%. So that's what I'm saying. I think sometimes we get fixated on, you know, our own cultures and what we like align with, and this is like, man, this shit is across the board. So like that's why I just I didn't have too much smoke for what you guys said. I'm just like, nah, find you a good woman that's willing to rock with you like you are.
No, you were mild. You were mild. Thanks for giving it to me mild the first time, sophisticated.
I'm going to say this, right? Here's the thing, because I don't
That's what I said earlier. Go where you're appreciated and respected.
Oh yeah,
And stop messing with broke ass
I
women.
still got that comment, Marcus. You know what I mean? I'm gonna
That
keep
part.
going
No
for you,
free
right?
wee wee, guys.
Oh,
No
but
free
look,
wee wee,
look,
like my African friends say.
Yeah. So look, check it out.
No dick.
All right, so here's the thing. I understand, like, you know, there's some people that's gonna be really superficial of their choice for women, right? You know, I hear people talking about go with the 8s, 9s, and 10s because that would make the relationship last a little bit longer because you're only lusting like through your eyes, but you're not really diving into like, okay, personality traits. And a lot of times you could actually look at a 6 and picture her as a 9 based off like how this person treats you. Now, I'm not saying get with somebody that doesn't value taking care of themselves, but get someone that like like sophisticated Drake says, right? Get someone that actually has like the personality that is willing to like actually like stand by your side. You know what I mean? They don't have to like always look like a trophy wife, but at the same time, you'll be surprised, man. Like women who are modest, right? They keep themselves up. They actually like, you know, have like this bomb personality that just like turns like anybody on. Man, she gonna outstand like all the other like 8s, 9s, and 10s that is like superficial in my opinion. And let's see, Stan. Go ahead, Stan.
Oh, hold on for a minute. Somebody get to the door. This is for you, sophisticated jerk. Sophisticated jerk, you still there?
Salute to Marcus too, by the way.
Marcus. Okay, because like both you guys are married and both you guys coach single men. Sophisticated jerk mentioned that a lot of times the men go for the women that's not good for them. And not making an excuse for men, I think what I see, right, and maybe this could be for the Tuesday show, for the mental health show, a lot of these men are doing several things I'm seeing, right? One, the toxicity, right? Because if you grow up in a toxic environment, you think this is the type of woman that you need to win over. That's one, right? Two, sometimes the guys, I don't know, you know, we all say like for men, they date their mothers, and sometimes I'm looking at some guys, I'm like, dude, you dating your mom. Like they don't see like, because their mom was like going through something, and they go ahead and they're like, well, I can't rescue my mother, but I could rescue this woman that reminds me of my mother. And I think we don't look at, you know, we have to like, and now in 2024 for the men, and look at men and seeing like their dating choices and their dating options and why they choose women and they do the things that they do. Like getting girls pregnant on purpose, right? And I call it anchor babies because what you're hoping for is that relationship to last, right? If I want a relationship to last, I want receipts. Ladies are going to give you some game. A lot of times the men are getting you pregnant because they want receipts. They figure you're only going to have this one child, and so they're going to get you pregnant. And you know what? I made a baby with this baddie right here. I got receipts. And that's it. Because, you know, they're just making receipts everywhere they're going around. But we have to, as men, I think we have to look at the mindset of guys and look at like, yo, man, what's going on with you that you are given so much information, but you're still choosing wrong. There's something deeper that's here that we haven't even touched yet. And also we touched it tonight, today or this morning, where you're looking at men, they're actually looking for love. And that's something because, you know, for men it's not like, it's not a adoring thing to say like, I need love, unless you LL Cool J, I need love. Right? Right? Because, you know, like, it's the honest thing. I think for men, they want love that they didn't get at home, that they want love. And they're looking for love. And they're going to do everything they can get to get love, however they can get it. And that's something that's deep that we got to tackle in this year. But as men who are married, how do you guys now coach that, knowing all this information, now that you're coaching other single men and if you've seen it before, like, what would you do differently now dealing with single men that you can see like, yo, he's still picking these women? And also, I want to say this for the women real quick. Ladies, let me help you out. We don't go for no numbers, 9, 10s, whatever. you bad, and in a good way. You got them 3-layer smells.
Basically, if it gets us up, you'll be good.
Yeah, like I don't know about no 3s, no 4s. You got the little low hair, you bald headed. You smell good. Your skin is glistening. I'm ready to go. I want to make some kids. Like I don't know about these.
Speak for yourself with the bald one, but okay.
But that's what I'm saying. You're a woman. You're a woman. You're a woman. You already at 10. You soft and you good. I want you. Talk to me. But that's
all right. Well, shout out to Stan
and that's married. Like that's my question for both of the married men. Like both of you guys, since you guys coach single men, like what would you do now from this topic? Like how would you help the guys you're coaching?
Okay. Well, besides Quantum telling us to tell our friends to stop getting into these relationships, I just say this though. When if I'm seeing like a young man, right, that is struggling in these type of relationships, and regardless of gender, nationality, country, whatever, right, I'm going to ask them, what do you really want? Because see, you got to dive into their psyche. You know what I mean? You got to have them start asking questions about themselves, because a lot of times people go off a lot of emotions. They get into a lot of feelings because of maybe certain past traumas that they never really dealt with. This is word that I'm looking for, but you know how you have like a void that is missing and you're trying to fulfill that void. So something that triggers that, where it's like you're the type of guy, right, that you are afraid to be alone temporarily. I don't want guys to think that it's okay for you to be alone forever. No, it's not okay. Okay? Because that's why these relationships exist. That's why, like, you know, God gave us all these parts, right? So we can start producing, start pumping, dumping, and producing more children. But the point is, I'm going to tell them, like, look, you got to go with someone that you already know in your heart has a high level of interest for you. It's really that simple. I'm telling you. But the thing is, we make things too complicated.
A question about that real quick. So when you said somebody who's that interesting in you, when I'm looking at the culture, right? The culture, what I see is to show me no interest. I'm always devalue. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the black boogeyman. I'm a dog. I'm gonna hurt. So
but
like,
who taught you to stand?
Huh?
But who taught you those things?
No, not taught. But that's what the women see in me constantly over and over again. Like, how do I stop? Because like again, like those negative look as a black male is ongoing. So it's a lot easier for me to be open to somebody who's not in my race. It's like, come here, I will love you. I'll do the Beauty and the Beast thing because I see the beauty inside this beast. Like, how do I not fall for that and really persevere and like go for the woman that act like she don't want me? Like, how do I know the difference? Basically, like, how do I know the difference?
Oh, before I answer that question, Great Pill, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not about to elaborate on YouTube.
Great Pill, what's up, man?
God gave us junk to produce more junk. I'm gonna put it like that. All right. So basically, what's the difference? How can we differentiate a real genuine interest versus like an artificial one, right? Now, here's the thing, right? This is kind of like where it's like, all right, you have to have a level of discernment, and then when you make that choice, oh my gosh, I hate to say this, but it's like you are gambling a little bit, because you never know how that person will turn out 5 or 10 years from now. But that's why I encourage people, right, too, in my previous live streams, that you guys got to enjoy the courtship. Everybody jumps into relationship. Some people just jump into relationship to marriage and skipping all the other stuff. People are too fast to be in a relationship. People are too fast to like jump into sex. And when you guys are doing those things, you're actually ruining the potential of actually getting to know that person fundamentally. And if you're not spending that time to get to know and actually seeing the red flags or seeing things that the qualities of that individual, you're never gonna know because you're always in a rush to check in and check out. We have this stupid checklist of, man, she needs to qualify for this and qualify for that, but as soon as that person mess up, and I'm talking about for both men and women, then we're easily ready to discard them. I have a whole bunch of people, and I'm talking about friendships at this point. I have a whole bunch of people, or even women
If
too.
the mental walls go down, the pants go down.
Something like that. But I have people that judge me, don't even know me like from the beginning, and was like, look at me like I was gonna be like a bad boy. I want to say F boy, but you know what I mean. I decided to try to keep my language clean, for Lord, right? So, but anyways, people have judged me to be like an F boy, and I'm like, dude, I'm married. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't got no motive to even want to get up in your jeans or skirt or whatever, or try to mag at you like that, or try to like use you like a Pookie and Ray Ray. Maybe you look at me that I had that type of potential, but I'm not that type of guy. But once you actually take a couple of weeks, or have a conversation with me, you'll understand that I'm like one hell of a guy, to actually have a conversation with. And those are the courtship phases where you guys have to understand, and ladies as well too. Otherwise, you're not going to get anybody. You're going to probably get married for the love of money, the Bone Thugs and Harmony version of the song, right? And later on, in the years go by, you're going to get burnt out.
So good question, Stan. I would say first, like if you, like I would tell people, I'm like, first of all, get it out your mind, man. Like dating should be easy. And I think that's what's messing everybody up. Everybody's trying to look for that shortcut. It's supposed to be difficult, to begin with. So I think like a lot of times we're still stuck in like high school dating where, man, you just go up to somebody that's cute and pretty or somebody that's handsome for the females. And then we're everybody's around you. So you're not looking for any like characteristics, values in high school. So I think people are still stuck in that dating phase. It's like, nah, we know more information now. It's supposed to be a little harder now. But what I did, I managed expectations up front. I was like, look, I'm not out here spending money like that. I'm not one of them dudes that's going to be tricking and all that. I save my money for retirement. I'm focused on like building myself. So I'm not out here flashy like that. And then also I was just like, I'm looking for a female that's kind of willing to come in here. I don't do that whole old school stuff where I'm gonna like be paying for everything. We're both gonna contribute to this house so we can excel. I laid it out like that, man. Some of them chicks was running for the hills, but it was good because you need to eliminate them people, out of your life. So I think that's where I think the issue is with a lot of men is like they don't have a standard. They're scared to lose women. With me, I was like, nah, I need to get y'all out of here. I need to eliminate the ones that's coming in here trying to use me. So I was like, get them the hell out of here. And then with my wife, I met her. She was like, nah, I understand it. That makes sense. 2 salaries, but she knew math, basic math. She wasn't in there, no, I'm not going to do that. So some of them said that. I was like, all right, peace. I got rid of them. I wasn't trying to like, well, maybe I could change my standard and conform to what you want. You got a big ass and stuff. No, I got them up out of there. Took that L that day and got with the woman that was like understood it. She was like, hey, nah, I'm not here to be like push a burden on no guy. I'm here to work with you. Like, let's make it happen. So that's when I got married. So yeah, guys got to get it out of their mind. Like, oh, I don't want to lose her. I'll conform to her standards. Yeah. So I think that's the biggest issue with like men, what I see. And they're just so fixated on the looks. The girl would be like, nah, I'm not gonna help you out. You need to pay everything. You need to do this. They giving the dude a whole checklist of shit they need to conform to. And guys like, well, she looks hot, so I'll take that on. And then she ends up biting them. So that's why I'm saying a lot of the issues is because of men. if we got to be honest, it comes from us when we select, and we're just always conforming to what people want. And it's just like, nah, you lose them. Let them go. They're gonna weed themselves out.
Men are afraid of losing the meat pocket.
The pozole?
Yeah, something like that. The meat pocket, the hot pocket.
Or it
Okay.
could
End
be
it, though.
something
There's a lot of
deeper,
fish in the
right?
sea, bro.
But guys, I'm gonna make this one point, right? Because I want to summarize what Sophisticated Jerk said, right? And I want men to actually pay attention. So, not your average guy. I'm glad that you're here, right? So, look, we get too caught up as men over the first impression stage, okay? Because first impressions is everything. But however, we could accidentally give the wrong impression by trying to be too perfect. That is a human error that we put ourselves in because we're afraid of being judged and we're afraid of rejection. I'm gonna tell you guys this though, and this is gonna help you guys a lot on this one. You actually got to put yourself in a situation where you set yourself up to be disqualified. Hold on, pause real quick, because I know people get scared when I'm saying this, right? And y'all might get confused. So let me break it down to you. You have to be okay and not afraid of getting disqualified. Meaning, the way our Sophisticated Jerk is putting it, you got to understand that women will always going to look for something to disqualify for a man, right? And men will always seek around to qualify a woman. Even if she has the worst behavior, you're still trying to qualify. Play at this game, right? I want you to disqualify me. Go ahead, do it. Because you know why? Because now I could get rid of your behind and move on to the next and find somebody that's going to accept me for the flaws that I have and understand that I do have good qualities. The thing is, the reason why most men are so afraid, because we think we're never going to find the next special person. We think we're never going to find we always look at women like, damn, this is a rare moment. I'll never find nobody as beautiful as this. I'll never find nobody as cute that I just met like, a couple of seconds ago. And then as you get rejected anyway, right, for trying to be Mr. Perfect, you find like another person that's just as better than the one that just didn't accept you. But you have to understand, man, that it's okay to reveal your imperfections, because the thing is, you want to kind of get that out of the way. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck up trying to hide it for a long time, and eventually it's going to come out anyway. So don't give no surprises to these females or whatever. Be yourself. Yeah, be your best self or whatever, but don't be your fake self. Don't try to fake it in order for you to try to get into these jeans or in order for you to try to impress this woman, because it's all going to come back to you anyways. Salute to Chef Serpina. I see you up in the building, right? So salute my brother. But don't be afraid, man. Like, look, bro, I want people to think like, hey, you want to know my flaws? I ain't tripping. I'm an open book. But I'm not about to bring anybody else with me in my personal. You have a question you want to ask me? I'll tell you straight up. You want to know how many dudes I had probably been smacked around or whatever? I'll tell you that as well too. Oh, you're afraid of me? Get the hell out there. Somebody's gonna come in the door. Now, of course, I'm over exaggerating YouTube. You know what I mean? So don't come at me. But I'm just trying to pull like an over exaggerated point. That's all.
But M3 spot on, man, because like the quicker you establish those standards, you let them eliminate themselves. Man, you're saving time, and that time you should be pumping into yourself. Because I like what Prime VA was talking about. Like, that's when you're supposed to be in the gym and stuff. So guys would sit there and be spending all their time on like chicks that don't like them, that's using them because they infatuated with them, and you're not working on yourself and making them improvements and stuff. So get the actual attraction where they like you and stuff. So yeah, man, it's just that's why I said we do it to ourselves, man. They fixate on that female so bad that they'll ignore all the signs. Because I literally be pointing stuff out to dudes. I'd be like, man, give me your scenario. I'd be like, yeah, she's disrespecting you. They'll be like, well, man, I really like this one. I'm like, why, man? She treats you like shit. But they don't want to let that go. So they'll sit there and go with them for like 4 or 5 months until it gets to the point they can't bear it no more. So they don't wasted 5 or 6 months of interacting with a chick that didn't deserve their time and stuff. And they could have been pumping that time to themselves, meeting other chicks that would actually line up with their like values and principles. So yeah, nah, man. So that's why I had to get pushed back earlier. I was like, it's not the females, it's us. Go ahead, Marcus.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing too. Yeah, that's true. I believe you.
And y'all was out here blaming females. See, that's why I smoke for y'all dudes.
I believe you too, Stan.
That's why I smoke for y'all, Stan.
No, I'm him.
No.
I'm him because you know why? Because she's a bee in the streets, but she's an angel when she's with me.
Oh, no
And
doubt.
I
Okay.
fall
Okay.
for her because I'm like, everybody like, oh, she's horrible, she hates and da da da. But with me, she loves me and she take care of me. And I'm just like, literally, you know, there's stuff I have to work on myself because I'm picking, and that's something I want to know. Like, can you come back on Tuesday? We can talk about dating our traumas because I realized because I have one narcissistic parent, I'm dating women that was narcissistic, and that's something I found out in therapy and like my codependency, right? Because I fall into codependent relationships because I want to be helpful and da da. And here's a girl, she's a complete B, and everybody is like, Stanley, you got to be careful. But I'm like, no, but she loves me, and I'm. But then she's slashing tires when I break up with her or try to run me off the freeway. But
trying to burn your shit down like T-Bars.
All she does is cook you some chicken. She cooks you some chicken, gives you some sex, and that's all you need.
Oh man, it's more than that, man. Like it's something about it's and I have to see that for my own self, right? And I have to be honest. Like, yo, I'm dating someone that I know I shouldn't be dating her because I know she's not good for me, but she's familiar. That's one.
Yeah.
And because
you sure it's not the lust?
History, no, I have this history. So each one I've dated, it lasts longer than the one before. So the first one is like 2 months.
Oh,
next
so you always go for like a new record. It's kind of like a video game. You're going for the next new record.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not. So we're playing this little song and dance, right? And it's like we're vibing off each other. The next one is a year, and I have some on and offs that's like 5 years, 6 years, right? And it's like it's a rotation, but again.
So you got a depth chart basically at this moment. At this moment, you got a depth chart.
Oh, that basically what he's saying is he's going tango every other night.
Yeah, basically.
yeah, that tug and pull, that dancing.
So he's got so he's got option one. He's got option 1A. He's got 2C. He's got 4D. So you made your depth chart already. I already know you fall in line now. However,
and that's the thing. Like, but with therapy, you figure that out. Like, oh,
I need therapy for that shit.
But it's me because I'm dating because I have a narcissistic parent. I had to be careful of when I date. I'm dating women that's marrying the narcissistic parent, and because the relationship with my parent is not that great. But however, with this woman, I see there's hope because there's no hope with my parent, but there's hope with her, and I'm drawn to her. And then after that, it's very different. And then it makes me hopeful for like my parent. And then maybe my parent will love me. Maybe my parent will treat me better. Even though I'm a grown person now, grown man, I still want that healthy relationship with that narcissistic parent. But now I'm getting a healthy, quote unquote, seemingly healthy relationship with this narcissistic woman. And it's not healthy because it's codependent. So I'm dating.
You should marry a stripper.
Oh, that's somebody else with deep trauma too. That's a little different. But Grace, you about to say something, Grace?
No, I thought
what was that?
Oh, you wanted to ask a question?
That was Wally. Well, but I was just gonna come in earlier because earlier I remember you guys talking about the whole that video of like the Latina woman, and she's been serenaded by the melanated sausage. But she's been serenaded. Hey, it's the love sausage, I guess. But yeah, you know, I just think it's a culture thing, and it's also where we are as a society, as Americans and Western societies and stuff. It's definitely different, you know. It's definitely. I was talking to another man, an individual at a workspace, and he's from the area my dad's from, Mexico, and he's like, you know, we were talking about how like American Hispanic women and like natural Hispanic women from their countries, they're just two different polar opposites of upbringing up, and you know, being born in a more of a privileged area or privileged country as opposed to where as a team or as a unit, like you work together in other places, you know, like as a community. So it's just it's different now. The whole market is different. You have hookup culture that's crazy high. You have you know, sugar babies and sugar daddies. You got the guys that are paying for these women that don't have to lift a finger. And then you got, you know, you got the rest of the people. You got the average Joes and you got the average girls. So, but you know, it's also the household too. It's how you raise them too. Like if they're not gonna hold these kind of standards and being raised a certain way and respected, and that's a dying notion too. Like that's not to be to have a certain belief and to have a certain standard and conservative household or certain moral household. It's not respected anymore, and especially in America. It's, you know, people on the outside will judge and throw stones so easily, so quickly. Especially if you don't want your daughter going a certain way, your niece going a certain route, selling their soul on OnlyFans or on a stripper pole, or, you know, making the quick money because they don't want to understand or appreciate, you know, fast money because of slow building problems. Slow money comes with, you know, a respectful way of, hey, saying, hey, you respected yourself and you were modest about it and you had a certain level of decorum in it. So unfortunately now it's just the pendulum has swung so far to the left that it's tough to go back to it. You know, you're gonna offer somebody a slow grind as opposed to the fast money they can make maybe 10 grand in a month or 8 grand in a month. And it's like, nah, just to make half that with putting twice as much work or 3 times the work. So that's the dating market, I guess, for the younger people, the younger generation now. And some of the elders, but you know, especially, I don't know about you, Stan.
But Stan and Marcus, like, because I understand, like, I think on the outside it looks harder, but I think you guys actually, I think it's actually better nowadays because it seems like people are putting who they are up front. You know, where you can see a lot of this stuff play out. They're telling you up front. So I think it is.
Yeah, like you can see the money. Like you can see if they want money. Like the fact that if a chick has in her profile, hey, I got a link tree or you got a Cash App, I already know where you're gonna fall for the most part.
Absolutely. So I think you get to see it up front because, man, there was even back in the day, man, I know people reference that, but man, a lot of them people, man, they hid their stuff a little better and then it came out. So that's what I'm saying. I think you get that snapshot. You can make that assessment pretty quick. You know, if you kind of like get out of your head and you know what you're looking for.
No.
You saying no, Stanley?
No, they got.
Well, some people can hide it too, I guess. Some people.
Yes, because remember me, right? I'm the same guy we talked about, like, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I dated a woman who was married and I didn't know. Another one had a fiance, going over to her house, having sex. She came to my place, walk around. So we have this area called Lake Merritt in Oakland. So Lake Merritt is, I believe, is a 3-mile lake. Like you walk around, and the reason why you walk somebody around the lake because you'll see their ex-girlfriends, or you might meet her ex-boyfriend. So you get a chance to meet people pass around the lake, right? Then you ask them questions. Hey, how do you know that person? Blah, blah. So you do all these steps so you get to know the person you're with, and a lot of times you don't know who you're dealing with. People are good at hiding, and it's gotten a lot. They got a lot better at it nowadays.
But are they good at hiding it, or are people just blinded to it? Because I think that's more of the case, man. Like a lot of people I talk to, and it seems like after they get burned by that person, then they see all I saw that. I saw this red flag. Yeah, you're right.
Well, you know
that's what I'm saying.
Having sex at a woman's house.
I think it's a bit of both though, because I think it's both right answers from both of you guys. Because some people, they'll post their life on social media. Others will show you in person as you get to know them, as they come out of their shell, as you get to interact with people socially in public places. So yes, I do believe at a certain point, you know what, all this person posts on YouTube is going out, getting drunk, you know, twerking with the girlfriends and the guys just getting high all the time and going out and getting belligerent and stuff like that. So you're seeing that, hey, that's all they're, and guess what? They could be high rollers. They could be high ballers. They can make a lot of money, but they're not posting with that. So people are going to do what? They're going to assume and they're going to judge. It's just what we do as humans. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that that's what we're going to do. And for me, I'm the person that says, until I hang out with you and until I see what you're actually doing, what you say, how you do things and how you react to things, that's when I'll base off my full spectrum of it. And another thing too is it's also living with the person too. Because I think somebody said it earlier. I think some of y'all said it before, but you find out later when you're living with somebody or when you're in a relationship and dating and stuff, you start seeing you start seeing that crack in their shells. Like, okay, so this ticks them off, or this is something they have. This is a habit they have. You know, this is what they do. Like either gaslight. I know Graypill's in the chat because he had like a certain conversation on his channel about narcissism and stuff like that, and gaslighting, but like stuff like that, like, you know, like you'll see the passive aggressiveness, or you'll just see them go off, and it's like, you know what, I don't think this is gonna work out. This is like, it's morphin time, you know, it's Power Ranger shit, like done.
Yeah, because if you guys made me think of one situation with my cousin. So he was about to get married, and one of the girls he was about to marry, we knew her from like college, and she kind of did him dirty then. So he was like trying to make the excuse, hey, she changed, she did this. So I looked at her like social media. I was like, man, she in a club. Like every photo was like a different club shot. I was like, would she change her outfits? Cause shit, her whole social media was like in a club. But you know, he ended up getting married to her, and sure enough, like all these like facts started rolling out. She was doing them dirty, cheating and stuff. So I mean, man, I broke it down to him, and that's why I'm saying a lot of times, man, I'm pointing this stuff out to guys, but they want to believe what they want to believe. You know, they start getting mad at me, like when I'm giving them the details. So that's why I'm saying I see that way more than not. You know, when I'm talking to dudes and stuff, they start getting mad at you when you start breaking down the facts. Like, yo, man, like I remember it bright as day. Me and my cousin was looking at her social media. Every shot, it was like a club scene. You know how they take that shot where they're like leaning back and they got the ass sticking out. I'm like, nah, what did she change? Like clothes? Like she.
But you see, that's the
I mean, that's what, man. I mean, that's what they got public bathrooms. You know, like when they go in the stalls and stuff. Like they already have some in the bag and they'll change out of it.
But that's the part I was telling them about. Like she's like this to everybody, but in private life, I see a different person. Yeah. And it's like, you guys only get this person, I get this. And that's the thing, is it's dangerous. I don't know, like, you know, check in with your cousin, like which one of his parents was a narcissistic parent. Because a lot of times we miss that fact. Like, you know, we always say that women has daddy issues, but men do too. Men have mommy issues.
But here's the thing too, Stan. If a woman is acting like it's Disneyland or, you know, Witch Mountain, where everybody has a public access to buy a ticket, but then she wants to treat your, you know, like when she's with you, like it's private Neverland Ranch. You know, she's not that exclusive to you. You know what I'm saying? She's open her, you know. So no offense, I hate to put it like that, but it's when I see people act like that, it's like you're surprised at the end of the day by the results that you get, but you have the gall and the nerve to be surprised.
Yes, you know who does this, and is a perfect example of this is a movie, right? Like Forrest Gump. His mom was the county's, you know, madam. Right?
No?
You know, because
right.
YouTube, we have to be careful, right?
Yeah.
Who did
Forrest
Gump fall for? Jenny, who was the international madam.
Oh,
and he Jenny, right? Like Forrest Gump could have anyone that he wanted, but Jenny comes out a little bit different from his mom, and that's what I mean. A lot of us are dating for men, because we always look at women, right? They have daddy issues, blah, blah, fathers in their lives, right? But let's be honest, a lot of us grew up with a mom or a father that was not loving at all. And especially for men, we don't even talk about how it was growing up in our household. I know there were like some guys, they got problems with eating food. Like they don't eat food because their moms had the refrigerator and they're in the bedroom and they had the door locked. And now he's either eating too much food or eating little food. Oh yeah, there were some guys that was they grew up.
If you notice in that movie, the two pivotal roles of other male characters in that movie for him was Bubba Ray and Lieutenant Dan. Those are the two guys that stood out as like influence to Forrest when he was around them. They, you know, Lieutenant Dan, and then you got like Bubba Ray, you know, and then his mom was like trying to get him into school, and then what did she have to do? She had to take the son outside, and then, you know, you know, he did that thing right there with the, you know, making the noise and stuff to the principal. You know what I'm saying? So And it's unfortunate too because then he sees Jenny get struck by that guy that was like a little crazy. The one that she was with the boyfriend with when they were at the Black Panther party. But his innate self-defense clicked in because it's kind of like maybe him reminiscing about his mom going through something. So his innate was to defend the woman.
Because like there's certain guys, I look at them, and if I grew up with them, right, and I know like their childhood trauma, and I'm looking like, yo, you kind of like dating your childhood trauma, like it's coming up. Like he done all the work. You know, we have this thing called the hero's journey, right? You do all this development, and now you come back home waiting for your next journey. But that journey now that you take is now inward. It's not outward. It's not like you going off to college, you going to military, you're getting married, all the other stuff. Now it's something like inward. It's something you have to get rid of that's on the inside. And when I see guys who do things or who accept women to do things that's, you know, we consider awful, disrespectful, right? I'm now looking deeper next in the question of like, why are you accepting this? Like, what's going on here? Like, what's really happening on the inside for you?
No, that's a good point. And my man, Lieutenant Dan, was bagging chicks with no legs and stuff. So that just goes to show y'all. Yeah.
Now, mind you, wasn't he a passport bro though? Because she wasn't from America.
You might have a point there.
This guy.
But he had a disability, so when you got limitations, I understand that. But you know, just to go to that, I'm not even saying don't go, but go for like the right reasons, man. Like get your house in order first, and I think you are doing the same thing.
The right reason is I might not be here tomorrow. I'm gonna get me some. You know what I'm saying?
But my thing is, don't set yourself up for failure going over there thinking like it is. You know, that's why I think the guys make the mistake. They're like looking for that shortcut type thing. Like, oh man, they're submissive. They're gonna. It's like, man, if you don't have yourself in order, man, they just gonna get you on the back end.
That's true, but if you think of it, World War I, right before we went to World War II, weren't there like 4 million or more like black kids from the first World War I? They got into, you know what I'm saying? Because the black men that was over there that came back on this side went back to their wives or whatever. I'm just saying we had all these black kids over there from like wartime. Men are going to be men at one point.
Oh no, absolutely.
Men are going to be men because I'm not promised tomorrow. Like, and then they had no, you know, no conscious. I don't know how to put it. Safe sex was practiced.
This is, I feel like a Planned Parenthood pitch, like coming out right now. Yeah. A Planned Parenthood pitch.
Yeah, so all these black kids were around Europe and everything else. So I'm just saying, like, I think of the other side of men, we have to be honest. Like, we're not promised, girl. We always talk about hypergamy for women, but we're not being honest. Like, hey, women, for us, it's dominance, right? I see a beautiful woman, I want to have sex with her. And that's the realness for us men. It's like, you know, we have to practice self-control all the time. But, you know, if I have that ability and I'm okay with it to go ahead and do it because I'm not promised tomorrow.
Go ahead, stand straight up the club.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to practice my Latino heritage.
He's gonna implement that new route. What's that thing called? I heard about a certain island like. No, I heard from my homie of mine, Pablo Blanco, saying that there's a certain tradition they do in the islands. They do some type of alcohol and a tree root or something like that. It helps something with the performance or something like that. I don't know. Stan, you might have heard of it.
What's that? That horny goat weed or some shit?
Something like that. This is something that. Yeah, bro, you're hung like Seabiscuit. You are hung like Seabiscuit. That's basically what he was trying to say. You get to ride. You just keep riding.
I'm going to plead the fifth.
Yeah.
However, on the back end, follow me on Facebook, guys. I'll send you some stuff that will because it's
nothing too graphic. Nothing too graphic.
Yeah, it's part of your. Like, I had an uncle who was 80 years old in a wheelchair, and who was still making 5 kids a year.
You said 5 kids a year. So how many you have all together?
It was a lot.
Damn.
Man, so he has his own army then. Okay, then thank you for saying it.
It was a lot. I'll put it this way. He had a daughter, a granddaughter, and a great-granddaughter, and they look like triplets. They look close. He got some strong genes. Like, it was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Shout out to the horny goat weed.
No, there's something stronger than that. But again, I'll send it to you. And it's just men's health. But one thing he did share with us, he told us all, he's like, peanut butter and orange juice. And literally, it's true.
See, I don't know if I want all that shit. If you're gonna have all them kids, man, I ain't trying to be in poverty and shit. Drinking so much.
Hell
no, you're not gonna be in poverty. You're gonna raise them to be business people. You're gonna start a family business. That's it.
Marcus too Mexican. It's already done.
Yeah. We already have a factory. We have people out there already on the machines. Like, you're safe.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they had kids to work the land. That's what they had kids for.
Yep. It's called agriculture for a reason, you know.
Say Wally.
Wally, like, y'all ain't about to get me sucked into this. I ain't about to blow up my spot.
Man, shoot. I was listening to this, man. I'm like, you know what, now I just want to sit back and just listen. So I'm like, bro, the amount of things that coming on. Oh, man. But nah, bro, everything, like, no, pretty much everything y'all saying was pretty decent. Now, I will sit here and say, like, Stan, there are certain things you just said that I was somewhat have to push back on. But,
no, go ahead.
It was like, no, because what? Because you mentioned the whole thing about the basically the psyche with the young men, right? How they're basically dating their mothers in a sense, right? My thing is this, right? And this is the thing that's just so weird for me, because this is why I can't really see it. Because if it's me, right? I noticed the certain things that my mom would do, I will never fuck with. And if there's something, if a female has that type of trait that she was doing, and it's just like something I will never tolerate, especially from my mother to another female, I wouldn't date that. So for me to sit here and say, like, okay, you're dating your mother, it's like, wait, how?
But that's when you go do the work, right? You gotta do the work. When I said I didn't say just mothers, right? I also say parents, right?
No, I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying, like, from, you know, because you know how it is, right? Because naturally, you know, as they say, you know, young boys would reflect on their relationship with other women through their mother. So my thing is just looking at that is like, even with your own relationship with your own mother, there's a lot of things I think most guys will sit here and say there's certain things about their mother that they don't like, that they get from them, that they would never tolerate for someone else. So for me to sit here and say, like, yeah, I just did that for me, I couldn't get that.
But think of it, right? They will go ahead like, okay, I'm dating a white woman, right? Because if my mother was this and all the women in the family was that, now, like, for example, when people were dating white girls, and they all say like, nah, I don't want to date nobody from the community because it reminds me of the community, right? But then there might be something else that's there. Did your mother, because we don't know what goes on in these relationships, but was there abandonment? Did your mother promise you one thing and did another thing? So there's other stuff that we skip over. But like, again, like when you go through therapy, that stuff doesn't come out. And I'll say this about therapy. It never comes out in your first session. It'll come out. It might take 6 months. It might take a year or two. Things get flushed out. A lot of times we have traumatic things that happen to us and we develop a skill that help us grow up. And then now that we gotten older, that same skill is stopping us from going any further. And sometimes if you got like a good therapist, that therapist is going to try to get you out of that. And so you can see it for yourself. It's not for them to
especially if she's fine.
See, and this right here, this right here is that Latino stuff that I was telling y'all. He's trying to get the woman pregnant.
Yeah, he's hella Latino today. Hey. Marcus said he gonna pull up in therapy early. He gonna be there like.
I'm sorry. You know what I was gonna do? I was gonna be like Vin Diesel and Fast and Furious and just have a Corona and just say family all over again, like he does.
No, he got family everywhere. That's my bad.
Here we go.
It's all about family. Got family in Africa. Got family in Brazil. Got family in Germany. That's Marcus right there. Marcus talking about sea biscuits and macaroon. Marcus is doing other stuff.
Oh yeah, I got a full networking branch. I'm good now. I'm corporate.
Cactus juice.
Is it cactus juice instead of cactus
Lasting
cooler?
for heck hours.
You know what? Y'all are some other type of tips.
But Wally, are you dating your mom? Or are you dating traumatically, or what's up?
The freak?
That's the question I got for you. You say you would have some pushback, but are you dating?
Yeah, no, because I'm looking at it from other guys. I couldn't see that. Like
That seemed like it was a shot, though. That sounded like it was a shot.
Okay, that's all I gotta say. Like, what the hell? I'm not. No.
Are you dating or have you
I'm
dated
just saying.
traumatically?
No, but I'm saying.
Are we sure?
Are you sure?
I already know. Hey, I left myself open.
Hey.
I'm sure.
Don't ask me. Don't
I'm asking you. I'm asking.
No.
I was gonna be like Dr. I was gonna be like Dr. Flood. How does that work for you?
Yeah, Wally gave that pushback quick. He was like, "Look,
it's all right, Wally. Well, let's see. Well, Wally's in a great state where he can see some of the certified street strollers and some of the other women that may come through in the state of Florida. You know, not to out where he's at, but you know, I'm not saying specifically where he's at, but you know, over there in that coast over there. You know what I'm saying? You know, he has some good prospects, some good candidates, kind of like a presidential campaign.
Florida, they only do one
Slim
workout
pickings,
in
you
Florida.
know.
They do booty workouts in Florida, and I'm going to tell all the men that you go to Florida, all of them do that booty workout. Every woman does those squats. No matter what race they are, they're all doing squats. They got the booty workout done pack in Florida.
You gotta sell something.
Did you learn it? Did you learn this in Did you learn this in therapy too, Stan?
I learned that living there.
All right, fair enough.
So you're familiar with the coast.
Y'all not going to shame me because I'll tell you the truth. In Florida,
I didn't say I was shaming. I just want to see where you come
to
from.
adult theme parks. So now, if you want to go something grown, let me know. I can help you out. But
Oh, Disney R rated. All right, Disney R rated.
There we go.
You know what kind of theme park this is?
The theme park that you will walk out wet from.
Gotcha.
Wally, I can send them over to go pick you up.
No, we ain't doing all that.
Should definitely go on Patreon for sure.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, Wally, Stan. We need to give y'all like a whole live. Y'all give each other pushback and stuff.
Oh yeah, because I was like, E2, Wally, E2.
Are you gonna keep all that E2 stuff?
I did want to ask you guys because I came later on the second half of the stream, but earlier when you guys are covering that video clip of the chick, the Latina, they were asking her about how she likes being around, you know, black men. What your guys' stance was that on that particular topic in the beginning? Because I kind of missed it. I see Stan grinning right there, so I expect what kind of answer he might have.
Well, you know what? That's a good. Well, you know what? That's a good question. That's a good question, Marcus. Right? Because actually, this will be like the last clip, right, before we close out, and I'll give you our stance on this one. Let me go ahead and play this.
Yeah, go ahead, play that.
You know, it's like something going on.
Do you see black men and Spanish men as equal? Like you don't care if he's black or Spanish, or do you have a preference?
No, I have a preference.
And what's your preference? Black. Now,
but reverse it.
Puerto Rican, right?
I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying to do no judgment. Like, hold on. Like in my perspective as a woman and how Spanish guys been with me and my relationships, it's trash. You understand? Like, no love. But how black men been with me, my past relationships, they've been good. I've been the bitch.
Is it because of the sex? Does sex have anything to do with it?
Nah, not really. It's not the sex. It's about, you know.
Do black men fuck you better than
That's a damn lie. I saw how she grabbed her neck right there.
Right.
No, let's be honest. This show is for.
I see that mouth right there, the jaw line, like the way her face structure is. I could tell that, you know.
The body language of guilt right there.
Yeah, like bro, she's guilty until proven innocent. She's like J-Lo right now, or J-Ho.
All part of it, like, you know what I'm saying?
Let's see what he's saying.
It's much more. I think she's trying to say what. I think that was a really simple-minded question. She was talking about how great black people was, how great a relationship was. They come and bring sex, and she didn't say nothing.
No, I think dude got straight to the point. Like basically, how is it?
It's a yes or no question. It's a yes or no question.
To be honest, come on.
Is she on OnlyFans?
I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm not sure. Hopefully not.
I'll subscribe.
This man.
Spanish women are so susceptible to wanting to be with our black.
I do got a thing for her. I like her though. I don't know what it is. Ever since I saw her before Fresh and Fit on that A at the Table, I've always had like a thing for her. I don't know why.
You said that one right there?
Yeah, I've always had a thing for her. I don't know why. It's one of my. I'm gonna call her one of my social media crushes. I don't know why.
Yeah, but did you say she was on Fresh and Fit podcast?
She was on Fresh and Fit, but she's also from 8 at the Table, right? She's at 8 at the Table. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
As a regular, I want her rotations.
I thought she was like some
she's an original on 8 at the Table. You've seen it. You guys have seen it before. You guys have reacted to that channel, but she was on Fresh and Fit like 2 or 3 times. But I'll knock her down. Like if she says, yeah, I'll hit it.
Yeah, she's a New York chick. She
sound ratchet a little bit.
New York
I understand. Listen. Any girl can become a flower once they get through the Latin legend themselves. Once they come through the Latin legend, the pants come off.
All right, Mark, you keep on playing with these chicks.
This man over here talking about I'm going to the garden lane.
It's all right. I'm like 50 Cent, bro. I've been shot 9 times. I'm like 50 Cent. I've been shot 9 times, and I got a bulletproof vest. I'm good. I got flak and Kevlar.
Oh, okay. So you got 9 lives like a cat. Okay, we hear you.
Yep.
He over here jumping through hoops.
Let's see what else he was talking about.
You can't generalize everybody. Some Spanish women might think they're better than a black woman, but you can't say every Spanish woman think they're better than a black woman. But the culture probably says so. Just like the, I'm not gonna say that. We're gonna keep it going. I'm not gonna. Nope.
To me personally, no. To me, no, because I was raised with blacks. But I said, but to other Spanish women, yeah. Not to me, because I was raised with black women. You understand? Yeah. I was raised like we're in the weird. Like, what we want right now? Like.
Well, she's got to prove it though. Like she's got to stand up and give like a 360.
So the black side of the back, right?
Man,
exactly. See, I don't believe it. She got a flat top, bro.
But let me pause this one, right? So remember Sophisticated Jerk earlier? I was saying like, yeah, she have her weave on her hair, and I like how she like pretty much correlate her blackness or whatever, right? I was raised by black women, and look, like where they wear the wigs and the weaves, and matter of fact, look at me, I got a weave on my hair too, though, right? So I got my blackness too. So, which for some people I don't think is. Honestly, I don't even think it's really necessary for women to wear those things anyways, but every time I try to tell them something, they don't listen to me, and I'm not their man, so who cares? But anyways, man.
New York weave is different.
You said it's different?
It's different, especially in like Lexington, New York weave. Them weave
just like the pants come off, the weave can come off too. I don't care.
Yeah, the women in New York, like, there's no such thing as an ugly woman in New York. No such thing. I know why they call it Sex in the City.
But going to this clip, the question Marcus asked, one of the things I said in the very beginning, I think when people like this type of female where she's like, I only date like black dudes, it's almost like she's looking for acceptance. From the type of men that she's want. And what I said is typically a lot of those females like her, man, they 304s, man. So she's like, I don't mess with the Spanish dudes. They're all actuality. They got rid of her ass. They're like, look, man, you ratchet as hell.
But you know what's funny? But you know what's funny is like when I see a lady, and she's not a bad looking lady, right? But when I see on the opposite, clearly, right? She can get it if she wants to spray up the club or whatever, but you could tell when they got the bangs like that, when they got like the makeup like that, when they got the lips kind of like, when a horse wants to eat hay, but they want to suck something else. You got to watch out for that kind of stuff. And then, they want to, sit down, look modest, but once they stand up, when they put that song on, you serenade her and you marinate her later. But, it's just, I don't know, man. It's like, forget it all. It's like Usher, like you go and sing that song. Yeah, it's great. It's over. It's a wrap. So, man, I don't know, man. I see chicks like that, and I'm less like, man, like what could have been, but it is what it is.
Wait, so okay, so my question is right, and it's like your question to my question to this. So
Hey, say what the hell? Can you break the fourth wall again?
So the question you have for us, Marcus, right, was basically, how we feel about this type of topic, based off everything that we're hearing from these type of women. Which my answer is like a question, right? So my question is, right, question/answer is that, do you think that women like her, right? I don't care if she's from New York, she could be New York, New Jersey, South, whatever, right? But women like her, is she kind of considered, like within the Hispanic culture, right? Is she kind of considered as the reject of the Spanish community?
Hell yeah, she a Spanish bust down.
Damn.
I wouldn't. Hold on. I wouldn't say she's a reject.
She come with Tim's
I'm just
and two
saying.
condoms. She probably from the Bronx. I'm telling you, man. Like,
I'm just saying, because the thing is that people need to understand in Spanish and Latin communities, we have dark-skinned people, we have brown-skinned people, we have light-skinned people, we have Steph Currys, we have Wyclef Jeans, we have, we have people in different like shades, just like gingers. I hear about them, but when we see this kind of stuff, we don't look at it so much like, oh, she's rejected. If she wants to bump hip hop and rap one day, but she wants to listen to reggaeton the other day, it is what it is. But if she wants to hang out with that crowd more and get it in more, then that's where she's gonna acquiesce. Like, she knows. If she wants to go to Subway and get a footlong, she knows what kind of meat to get, I guess,
Okay, so when you look at that type of woman, right, do you think that she will still be invited to the fiestas and the quinceañeras and all that? It basically...
Most definitely. She'll still be invited. She just maybe, there's just that for sure the guys will know her MO and they'll most likely want to give her an extra couple more drinks, and that's it.
But see, M3, she's a reject, and this is why. Because, they from New York. So, New York, everybody's together. Like, all
you
races.
hate on New York today, huh? So it's like an anti-New York day or some shit.
No, I'm from there. That's what I'm saying. Like, so everybody hangs in the same like areas. So it's just like, if she's talking like, hey, I don't deal with those type of men, 9 times out of 10, man, they got rid of her, man. That's just the reality, man.
Damn. So then basically it's like,
or they had the term with her. They had their way with her before.
Right. So basically she's like she's not even like a pick-me chick. She's like I've been passed around type of chick, right? So then
M3, basically, just so I can put a simpler analogy, it's a community park. Everybody's been there and everybody's taken a ride once or twice in that community park.
So now she's basically recycled to the black community. Okay. That's all I just want to know.
I mean, one man's trash is
she's
a man's
trying to
treasure.
like squeeze her. She's trying to slide herself in there. That's what she's trying to do. Is like, hey, please pick me up. That's what this is. This is a plea for help.
Not a pick me, but pick me up. Okay.
And that's why I said it's kind of offensive, because like it makes it seem like we have no standards. Like, nah, get your ass up out of here. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but we don't though.
But I've seen even chicks all the way from high school to college where all I seen them ever mess with was one type of like group of type of man. Like I've seen white chicks and Latina chicks just mess with black guys because that's what they liked. And I've never seen them outside of there was at a party or another social event or something like that. So that's what they rock with from the beginning. Hey man, all right, together, combine the colors together, they make a chocolate, whatever.
They make a peanut butter jelly sandwich, right? But look,
something like a hazelnut, I think maybe like Nutella, like hazelnut type shit. Who cares?
Yeah, we just make cooked sandwiches together. So I get you, right? but
hold on, real quick. So Stan, you were saying you don't think we got standards like that? We'll accept these rejects. Is that what you saying?
How many brothers?
Jerk is going into that.
How many brothers have we seen with white women that are exclusively 400 pounds life or 600 pounds life, and they call
this
that
man
woman
had to go to a TV show? God damn.
Not even a TV show. Let's keep it 100% real. We see a lot of brothers out here with my half-ton life, white girls, and everybody know that black guys could just date everything, and it goes right back to it's because black men want to be loved and they accept love where they can get it. And they'll call these women, I'm in California, I've seen it, they're like my white queen, and I'm just like, sir, this is Oakland, are you trying to get us gunned down? What are you?
I'm gonna say this right. On the flip side, okay, you may have those people that's looking for love, but I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Most of them are really looking for lust and infatuation. And
facts.
We gotta understand.
Forget instant
right?
gratification.
You got those same people, right? That they'll talk a good talk and give a good narrative and say, I just want to be loved, right? But in reality, it's all about the lust part. Some of our own people, unfortunately, right? We kind of hate ourselves. We kind of hate our upbringing and where we're from and who we're surrounded by. And so, yes, although you do say that, yes, they want to be loved, but it was more of like they want to be accepted by the ones that they choose to be accepted by. Because it's a thing. Yeah, they could go after the fat white woman that looked like Ursula from The Little Mermaid. But there's plenty of fat women that they could go after. Big whale boobs and that could flap around and make them fly.
But they're not white.
And this the point I'm making, right? Look, come on, man. These bros ain't looking for no love, man. They're looking for someone, right, that they feel like they could be a part of something, right, in a certain type of community, because at least a good portion of them don't like where they're at. They don't want to build black families. They want to build families somewhere else, and they're willing to take whoever that's going to accept them. So if you have a fat, whatever, Puerto Rican chick or whatever that will come up there and supply you a bunch of pork chops, you'll be happy to take her. Because you're looking at things as a certain tier, like, oh my gosh, like this one is better than.
Listen, I was in high school and there was a Latina chick and she was dating an Asian, and that was like something out of Hogwarts or some shit, Like I thought I was in a Harry Potter movie. Like, oh, so Panda Express meets Taco Bell. So I was like, okay, let's have some fun with this.
What the?
But no, just getting back to it, I don't see an issue of dating out. I don't have an issue with that. But what Stan's saying is just like, man, men gotta have more standards. Like, man, if you date out, man, date quality out of the races, man. Stop, because like I said, man, a lot of times these chicks that talk like that, they're just trying to get that acceptance for that race that they want to like merge into, and 9 times out of 10, like I said, man. I'm giving y'all some game here. That chick done been with like 30 dudes in that crew trying to get that acceptance. What's that?
I said that's a low number you gave her.
I'm just ballparking it, but yeah. So that's all it is, man. She want that acceptance so bad, man. It's like they'll talk down at their own group of people, and the reality is like probably got rejected. And
I mean, she did say she was like a biatch or whatever, right? Quote unquote. So
yeah, they wasn't tolerating that behavior. They were like, "Hey, kick rock, shorty."
But you know who would tolerate that? The black community. Black men will tolerate that because they look at her and they're already judging her. Oh, she got long, beautiful hair, not realizing she has a wig on, fellas, right? But they're already judging her, the skin tone, the fake long weave or whatever, and then that Jenny from the block type of like accent or whatever, right? Before she met Ben Affleck or whoever that celebrity is, right? That she's married to. But anyways,
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, okay, so I was right. Anyways, before she met Ben Affleck, right, and she got whipped up that she was Jenny on the block, right? So I'm just saying, they're looking at her like, oh my goodness, that is like a goddess right there. Let me get that one up or whatever, right? Because that's how black men is going to look at her, and she knows how to play that in that type of situation. Again, Marcus words did say, right, that you go where you are appreciated and respected. So, if you've been like, 3 or 4-ish or whatever, and you had an unruly mouth that your own community will not accept you, and you became a reject, they go ahead and go to the black community where we're going to openly accept you with open arms because you got that nice skin glow around your face and whatever.
AKA, y'all just being toxic. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And then it's that toxic relationship, and that's
So,
the problem that
repopulate the earth. Let's go.
But let me ask y'all. So based on that clip, how she was like her mannerisms and stuff, y'all think she's gonna get with a black dude, bring peace and shit like that? Like she's
no, absolutely not.
Peace. What's peace?
No, I'm just saying, like based on her, like just go piggyback it off kind of what M3 said.
She's Latina. I don't expect no peace from no Latina. I never expect peace. I never expect no peace from no Latina.
Facts.
No, there's peaceful ones, man. Like I said, man. I think there's a population. There's good women and there's bad, man. I just think
La Pasión. No, there's no.
I'm trying to tell you, boy. Yeah. Hey, like I said, the spice speaks for itself.
All right, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. This is across the board. Y'all keep thinking like it's just certain sectors.
No, we got
some quiet ones out there for sure. There's definitely some quiet ones out there for sure.
Let me ask you guys this one.
That's not what they take, but that's not what they chase, though.
Let me ask you guys this one last question. Let's say like, and don't picture just her like alone, but just in general, right? If a nice, pretty like a Latino woman who was highly successful, got her head and straight and loves the Lord and all this other stuff. Do you think that she'll be going to black men?
I think the right one.
Having a moment.
I think if you're a guy, you got yourself together, you're gonna attract women from all across the spectrum. There's some that won't, because like I said, typically people date within their own like race. But if you got your stuff together as a guy, man, you hitting the gym, you got all them features, and you're attractive to females, they gonna holler at you, man. I've seen it all the time. I grew up around it, So yeah, I don't think it's an issue about that. But I do think like sometimes like I've seen with, like I said, females that are kind of on a external or rejected somewhat. They do try to go to like other races and they try to placate to men's ego as far as like, I dream about black men or this type of guy and all that. And then, they get excited because, it's like they said, it's a little bit exotic to them. And then they pull that in their life and they come over there and fuck it up. So
Stan still shaking his head.
Yeah,
look, Stan Joe stand for Jonah because I don't want to run away from Latinas and proud about it. I'm scared and terrified of y'all. And yes, I pull them in, but good God Almighty, my experience and living in the community, I am terrified. I am straight up terrified of all of y'all. Every last one of you. And I know it's going to sound bad. And y'all like, give me a chance. Guess what? I am scared. Now I see why all the men in my family were drinking beers every night.
Oh my goodness!
Get it?
This man saying drinking beer.
Look, I'm gonna say this right. I gotta give like a little plug, a little shout out, right?
Real quick, M3. Before you give that plug out, please let me just ask real quick because I know y'all answered the way of how Jerk said she's the reject. Now that on the other foot, right? Does the guy? I got you. Do you guys think that the guy is looked at as a reject when that person, regardless of any culture or race?
Yeah.
Do you think that person might be considered the reject as well?
No,
not at first. He might get a little bit of praise because, like I said,
I got 3 different answers now, so that's what I'm just saying.
No,
we got no answer from me yet, but
well, you will, sir. I know you will.
So wait a minute. So we're saying like, so what? If the guy were to accept from someone, like, say it again, Marcus.
It's simple.
So the same way, basically, it's like on the vice versa. Like, would you guys look at that guy also as the reject, just like the woman might be looked at as the reject in her group?
You know how they say? Well, I know they say opposites attract, but in this case, I mean, it all depends on the person. It all depends because you got to think about it.
Look, let me give Marcus like a politician answer, okay? So basically, right?
Yeah, here you
Who finds a beautiful type of woman, is the one that's going to be highly regarded and praised. Okay, so if he finds a woman of beauty, all that stuff doesn't really matter. They're not going to look at him as a reject. Now, for me personally, right? I'm
This is
like,
the kind of answer on The View. Like, this is probably like the answer to give out on The View. and shit.
AKA, this is the answer that I just said. It all depends.
Because I know where you're going with that question, Marcus. So of course I'm gonna keep it very like
It's just a question. I'm not going nowhere with this. All I'm going is here on the panel to ask your answer.
They could take the bait, but I'm not taking the bait. So I'm gonna give you like the politics.
Ain't no bait. We're not fishing. We're not fishing.
But yeah, but that's my answer though, right? It doesn't really matter as long as he snagged himself like a beautiful woman.
So Marcus, I think that why I said up front, I think dudes a lot of times we're shallow to the point where we'll see him with a pretty chick and then we'll be like, oh damn, you know, so and so bagged him a good looking one, and then once all the fallout happens, we're like, damn, homie, you ain't tell us all that. Like she was messed up, so he'll get a little bit of praise up front,
right.
But once it blows up,
right?
Yeah, then he's gonna be the reject then because we're like, damn, okay, well, shit. You was all infatuated with her, but you got to deal with all that now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Stan? What do you think, Stan?
No, because again, I say no because a lot of time women from other cultures, like if they date black, a lot of times they just want family. They don't have a kid, so that's like I mentioned earlier before. The whole start of the segment, like a lot of times people don't want to date forever. They want a relationship and they want to start a family. And a lot of times these women, that's where they're at. They want to, they got them and now they're going to start a family.
Did somebody call me Tony Gonzalez in the chat?
I think for like a lot of times.
I'll take that as a compliment.
And like, by the way, my hat still got room. Indigenous black man.
Indigenous black man be going in on all of us.
Yeah,
Shout out to him though.
For real.
A lot of times that's what you have to look at because these women are fulfilling the need, and that's the whole thing of like we're a capitalist society. If you're not fulfilling the need of your customer, then you got to step to the side. That's not the customer for you. Next. And he found the person for him.
Stan just used capitalism and his talking point for a guy not being the reject when he's dating outside. I like that. I like that comparison. Good numbers.
Quanta says, I'm about to be 40. Well, she's about to date everybody. Look, I don't speak the slang part, but you know what I mean. I'm fit to date everybody, right?
Nobody's stopping you, Quantum.
I thought Quantum was like
Quantum. Quantum been cooking all night.
I didn't know she was that old, but salutes to Quantum, right? You know, let me know when you're gonna turn 40. Let me give it like a quick shout outs, right? I gotta give a quick shout outs, right, to my Latino family, man, for my Bible talk, because last night we had a good one. We was walking and rolling, and hey, man, my peoples, man, like we know how to get down. So shout outs to like my neighbor's children as well too, is also Latino. That's all I gotta say. But anyways, I know y'all probably watching.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to my Boston. I want to give a shout out to my Boston people since we got New Yorkers from Boston all the way out of Fenway Park. We're gonna go to Gina's. We're gonna go get some Pepperidge Farm. You know what I'm saying? Gonna go watch the town down in the harbor. Feel me, Bill Burr.
Okay, everybody got something. All right.
Everybody got something. Everybody got somebody.
Let's remember, Tony Gonzalez is also a Caramel brother. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the backup, but no, thank you.
That backup was hella weak. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, no, I'm not gonna go.
But yeah, we can go ahead and start closing it out. But there was a lot of New York slander up here today. Some of it was factual,
which I was not a part of.
Facts, Marcus. It was mainly My man Stan over here
He
bringing that
he
stuff.
snitched you out. He ready.
Hey, I like how you pointed at me for a minute. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I had to get it,
It was
right.
at
I'm like,
this moment. It was at this moment. M3 fucked up.
But yeah, my partner words is definitely date out, but don't date the bottom of that group.
Don't take the low hanging fruit.
If you see
Don't
a white
date
chick
down,
with a
date
Wu-Tang
up.
shirt,
I got-
don't mess with her. You see a chick that was in that video like that, talking like that, don't do it. You might think you came up, you got you one of the exotic ones, but no. Shorty's a reject.
Ooh. Oh, and don't forget
You know what
to
I'm
add,
saying?
right?
You got to think.
Never date girls from Florida, especially ones in Miami.
What the? Oh, wow. Okay, thank you. The hell?
She's got to be from like either Wisconsin or Pittsburgh or. She's got to be somewhere like she's got to go to Oregon. You got to do some BS.
There is a huge market, though. I ain't kept.
Wait, why? Are you from Florida?
No, I'm from the West Side Inn. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, I'm from Florida.
Oh damn!
Right here.
Yeah, you don't.
Yo, he's from Florida, but he's a Steelers fan. That's what I don't get.
Oh, because he knows.
You want to do this, Marcus? You really want to do this? You really want to do this?
Maybe later. Maybe later.
Yeah, exactly. Shut your mouth, sir. Shut your mouth.
Wait, wow, you don't live in Miami, do you?
No, I just live
You did Dade County, live PD.
Because I'm like, man, because I already know y'all gonna have to work extra hard to get those, super Christian ready. Oh yeah,
Quantum over here repping Florida down here. Right? Shout out to Quantum.
Yeah.
What's wrong with playing? What's wrong with playing with a couple BBLs? Just all you got to do is like 3 BBLs and you're good.
No, they make you work for it, man.
Because God forbid if it busts,
man, out there.
I ain't motherfucking home, man. You ain't pulling out a little life insurance on me.
Hey, Quantum 305.
Shout out to Pitbull.
Open Locker, Florida, Little Haiti High, Miami Edison.
Damn, just like one number off though, right? But anyway,
she's throwing all the blocks. She's throwing all the blocks.
He said one number off.
Don't mess with these 305s, man. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay. You went there. You went there.
Who said? Wait a minute. Who said in the water? Run in the water.
No, I said Florida water. Oh yeah, it's in the water. Yeah.
I don't know why you be trying to get you stand so much, man. Like
That's all right. He called me Tony Gonzalez, so I'm in the Hall of Fame, so I'm good.
Right, my man, indigenous guy. He got smoke for Stan. He coming.
No, because he know Florida. We already know about what we're going to do over there.
You should have just called it a silencio. Just say it's your silencio and you're good. You're safe.
Sure, you wake up as a cat or play the goat meat. I don't know. Like, don't
whoa.
Man, I like goat meat's good.
Got wildin'. Goat meat.
That's turn you into either a cat or play the goat meat.
You ever had barbacoa or birria? Yeah.
Birria?
Mm-mm.
Like
Yeah, it's goat. It's basically, it's like there's like beef that's like birria. There's like goat that's birria. It's good.
And the cheese on top of the goat, right?
I don't know about no cheese, man. That's like, you gotta take it easy on the dairy products. That lactose, man.
Yeah, you like it's gonna make him bubbly inside.
I get it. Bam, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Born and raised in the county of Dale. Okay.
I called it. I said Live PD straight out of Dade County.
No, he's hitting Bin Laden's cousin.
Damn.
All right. Well, look, I ain't got no much to say, but I just want to say thank you everybody for tuning into the topic. He says Tony Top Center, but thank you everybody for tuning into the topic.
I try to tell you, carry my brother.
Right. And yeah, man, this was a good topic, man. I know, like, I'm glad it didn't roughen like a lot of people's stone, but I knew it was gonna get into some type of emotion into it and some type of engagement. So thank you everybody for like just being like a part of it, because without you guys, I mean we could do an excellent topic without y'all, but you guys enhanced it. I'll just say it like that, just to be fair. So shout outs to Stan for tuning in. Shout outs to Marcus and Wally too. Salutes to the Xbox guys. And Yeah, sophisticated jerk.
You're still going with this, ain't you? You're still going with this. See,
Let's
this is
go,
what
Ryder.
happens. No.
I'm just giving a compliment.
This is what happens when people tell on themselves. I understand you can't do everything. God damn it.
Yeah,
Marcus, can't do everything.
I didn't know
He's
Florida
Latino.
people was that
He can
sensitive.
do
God.
everything.
Hey man, I'm not surprised anymore. I'm not surprised.
I'm trying to give
See,
you
this is just sad. This is the sad horribleness of jokes.
It's all right, man. You can always go and date a Latina, see what happens over there.
Woo! Good God, no.
Don't be scared, Stan. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. No. Where's that manhood at? Come on, man. Come on.
I'm gonna say this.
Show who balls.
Run.
Show who balls.
Save yourself.
Oh, come on, bro. You lied to yourself. Come on.
Where's my white?
I'm gonna test it though. Well, I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna test it. We're gonna bring some. We're gonna bring some New York ladies. We're gonna bring some sophisticated jerk M3. We're gonna bring some New York ladies up in the panel, and then we're gonna see what happens. See who gets the flowers, who gets the shank.
I need my white queen with her dirty feet. White queen, where you at?
Stan gonna come out there married, man.
With a white girl.
Oh, shit.
No Latinos. I need a white girl.
Hey man, don't be
She's a rich white girl.
Man, and get the channel demonetized.
No man.
If you're gonna get them demonetized because you over here talking mess about the Xbox, you know they sponsor you.
You said they sponsor.
Hey, don't they throw ads through Xbox? Yeah, don't be messing up
No,
business.
they do not. Ain't
they
no
don't.
Xbox
They
ads
don't.
come on to this channel. To this
not through
channel.
you, but that don't mean nothing.
No,
gaming channel. Of course,
Look,
maybe
maybe it might come on. No, it might come on your end, Wally, right? Because you are an Xbox type of guy.
And that's the problem with you. You keep saying Xbox type of guy.
I will give you a compliment.
No, this. No. I'm not this stable, sir. Sorry, no. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that.
You sure you're not from New York, Wally? Give me some New York vibes right here.
I'm giving you that hot-headed vibe. Yeah. I'm giving you that
Yeah,
hot-headed vibe.
New York.
I will stay single because
y'all need to play PlayStation, man. To be happy.
Yes, we all know you're handicapped, sir. Don't worry.
Get that PS. You said that handicap?
Yep. He don't know how to play on all stations. He just believes that he's superior just because he plays on one. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, so now it's a pissing contest. Hey, wait a minute. Well, before you guys end the show, we got to make sure we got to remind that M3 and Grey Pill were supposed to have a battle of the sticks. You know, I'm not talking about no measuring tape. I'm talking about the game sticks. You know, So we're gonna have a battle, and it's supposed to be one. It's supposed to be the Olympics. You know, the Gamer Olympics, as I was talking about it, but it never happened. I'm disappointed. You know, it's kind of like when you're gonna get ready for Godzilla versus Kong, but we'll see. Hopefully it happens though.
Well, we all know that's all like Grey Pill's fault, but sophisticated jerk, we do have to go, and we definitely salute you guys though. So,
great live, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Stan, thanks for sharing that information though, man. You know, even though we was clowning and stuff, the therapy, I know you big on that, man. I think that's dope. You taking accountability now, man. So.
Yeah, can you join on Tuesday? Because we can talk about it more. Because that's like a good show to talk about dating.
Yeah, no, I'll jump on. Because
both of you guys are coaching single men, so this will be a good show. Like it's like, you know, you two, Wally and Marcus. I know Marcus is not single, kind of, because you know he's spreading his Mexican seed with his cactus juice. But Wally, you know what I'm saying?
This guy's crazy, yo.
Wally is selling in Miami, so. Wally, you could join us because you're single selling feet pics in Florida. So
whoa. Hey, what's up with y'all?
Go in on this guy, yo. Go in on this guy.
What is Wally down there. Information? Are y'all transferring information around?
No, because we got
the fact that you're not denying it, Wally. That's the fact that you're not denying this.
Yeah, Wally's guilty, man. He was a little defensive with that.
Call it the sus files, not the X file.
Probably none files, because there ain't no files to be shown.
What you say, Stan?
I know we got the two grown men here, sophisticated jerk and M3, that could talk to the slutty single men about how they need to pick the right woman.
Oh, that's easy. Just stop being a slut, Stan. Slut?
No, you gotta tell that to Wally. He's selling feet pics in Florida.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
I think y'all screwed, man, honestly.
Get out of here.
Y'all might be screwed. M3's right. Women might need to get passports to get away from y'all. No, I'm joking.
I won't blame them.
Seriously.
All right, you guys, man. You guys take care. I'm gonna put y'all in the back real quick. Freaking sluts, man. God damn, Wally.
Y'all make me sick.
Hold on. Put you in the back. There we go. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Knowledge and Relationships, Reckless Reviews with M3 and the Sophisticated Jerk. Make sure you guys and ladies get your minds right, get your passport if it's required and necessary, you know. And if y'all yourself feet pics, right, make sure you guys have your feet polished as well. But anyways, though, thank you, everybody. Stay tuned for, like, you know, our next episode. What we would be talking about? Well, we don't know. Shit just happened.
Yeah, we'll find something good. But hey, stop accepting leftovers. Get some standards, man. That's the whole point of this.
Now, ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of meatloaf, you know what I mean? But I get what you're saying, you know. But yeah, we out, guys. Like later, and everybody take care. Thank you, Quantum. Great show. If you find it to be great, please donate. Okay, if the stream was great, donate. Thank you so much, everybody, and we are out later.
All right, peace.